We're good with her staying with us.
It's like, do I want my own place sometimes? Yes. Do I want
my feet?
Do I want it enough to spend all
I
the
got
money
toe
that it
mayonnaise
takes
on
to
my
take
nail.
that?
I need it
In fairness, I
clean.
did move out for a bit when I came back.
Yeah. You were gone for what, 6 months?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I
'cause
moved
was
out and then moved back in.
my health was deteriorating, where my hair was turning white, my liver was failing, and my kidneys were starting to go too.
Oh my
Because
god.
of stress.
Stress.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah. I don't like stress either.
Well, it doesn't help much that she was paying $300 a month to sleep on a couch.
500. I was paying $500 a month to sleep on the front couch of a house that constantly was always up.
Of my
Her
sister and
yeah.
my stepmom.
Her sister had
Wow.
morning shift. Her
Yeah.
brother had night shift, and her mom, and then their mom had day shift. So
Put it in.
constantly the door kept on opening and closing, and I was just all like, I'm not gonna get any sleep.
My
Not tonight, you're not.
And the two people that she was looking after, one was severely autistic.
Had a lot of
Issues.
Autistic and Down syndrome.
It's a lot of work.
on a good day. I didn't get.
Wait,
sleep.
I want to know how do you roll on the shipwreck?
So you pull
Through the
roll
opening?
hole, yeah,
They put the dice in there, and then it
rolls down
up
to
in the bottom of the
That's-
belly of the ship.
That's ridiculous.
It's awesome.
I love it.
It feels like it was.
And he's got
It's
the
3D printed.
and he's got the big old grog tankard as well. Look, he's got the giant grog tankard now.
It's the same one that I've had.
Is it?
I've been
I guess
using
now
it-
that it's next to your
I've
new
been
dice
using
tower,
it
it's got
the
more
whole
and
time.
like it looks more sizable.
This is better than the pewter because I can put whatever I want in it. Whereas a pewter, you have to watch out that you don't want to put anything with.
You only
acid.
use it for beer. You only use it for ale. You only use it for whatever.
I like my tanker.
That
That way you have multiple tankards for
Well,
multiple tasks and purpose.
It's for the pewter ones because they keep the flavor in them. That's what the people who were selling them said. They retain the flavor.
Well, they also retain the lead formation so that your brain shrinks.
Nice.
Well, that's why you want to stay away from if you only put your orange juice in it, you probably die pretty quick.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Tomatoes and orange juice, all those acids.
All the
yay.
acidities.
Yeah, you're actually not supposed to put tomato in pewter.
I think you were the one that told me that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Should
As I
only
was
put
eating
tomato
a tomato
in
with my pewter
bone.
fork, I was like,
When does a war start?
War is at the end of February.
Oh, okay.
Or
Which
middle-
war?
The new one, though.
Beginning of February. First week.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
Shit.
okay.
Yeah.
She's coming with us.
Oh, good.
When I was trying, I was all like, wait, did you give me the papers?
No,
No.
I don't even have the papers yet.
Oh, okay.
What papers?
So we're signing up.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Registration's closed.
Oh.
Closed a while ago.
do they take walk-ins? Some of them do.
Sorry, pre-reg is closed. Actually, no. I think all registration might be closed.
Oh,
Oh.
So you might have to register on site.
okay.
No, Callista registered for you guys. If you're going, she
Yeah.
would have registered for you.
Okay.
So, hey, sleepy boy. Can I lick the sleep crusties out of the corners of your eye?
Might as well. I didn't have any time to wipe them off myself. Jeez, man.
How long did you
nice
nap
solid
for?
nap, like 4 hours.
That's not a nap. That's going to bed early.
I had a solid 2-hour nap.
Yeah, I think we
Oh
all had
my
a nap
goodness.
today.
Like,
No.
Jen woke me up. She's like,
no.
Callista's calling you? I'm like, fuck! Like that, like, woke straight up in bed like Nosferatu.
Like no spot.
Oh, God, dude.
I bet you probably haven't had that feeling since you retired.
Yeah, it was like I was late for work. It's totally like I was late for work. I was like, shit.
You haven't had that feeling for a long
No, I
time.
haven't felt that way in a long time. All right, I got to plug this sucker in.
Here,
We do the honors.
I'm gonna just use mine. So I'm good. Wait, do you use the iPhone?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
You
I'm
that-
part of the
You're part of that
I'm part of the
dirty.
I'm part of this, whatever you want to call it.
Ugh.
I'm
So
a boomer
boosh.
with my iPhone.
As
know it's
someone
like
who
half the
has
time.
owned a Mac, I can honestly say they are more user friendly. They're just not very versatile, and you can't play video games on them, so I'm not going to use them.
A Mac?
Yeah,
I
I
like
had one for using Photoshop when I first
Yeah, canvas.
graduated.
Mac's garbage.
Because my school used.
Hey Hans, what do we do with the Macs, Hans? We pump them up and we throw them out the door, Hans and Franz.
My my
That's not
school
bad for
had
a
used
canvas
only
thing.
Macs, and I learned
Actually,
all
it
my
looks like this would be
Photoshop
one
on
of
them.
the
But I
guys that does
quickly
work.
transitioned
He recommended
to
it to me, so,
a better
from what it
device.
looks like.
Well, me and Shiloh, I'd imagine, we grew up on 2Es in school. Remember those?
2Es?
Yeah, Apple 2Es.
Oh god.
Yeah, a little
MacBook.
bit.
I
I mean,
had
I actually programmed Commodore 64s.
Well, I preferred when I was kit bashing. When I was kit bashing 64s, yeah, I
Yeah.
much prefer those.
Yeah.
And then the very last mainstream PC I had after, I was using Amiga, the Amiga series, Amiga 500, 1000, 2000, right? And then I finally learned how to build them. I started ordering like Gateways and Microns were the popular one for a couple of years.
Okay.
And then after that, I just
Yeah, I think like in college,
kept building
I
them.
had a 8088 and a 286.
286 overclocked 33 megahertz, baby.
But yeah, you know how long it took to play like some of the D&D games to go through a battle with the 8088? You're talking like one encounter would take you like
Everything was like pixel art too. It was
45
all pixel art.
45 minutes. Yeah, all
Beep,
the
beep,
characters
beep,
look the
beep,
same.
beep,
They
beep,
make the
beep.
Which
same
one is
motion.
it?
Beep.
It was like
Although the
Was it the actual Dungeons and Dragons one? Because me and my
Pools of Radiance.
Yeah.
I think.
Pools of
yeah,
Radiance.
that
I
one.
played me and my buddy played the shit out of that game.
The Dark Sun one I loved
Yeah.
too. Dark Sun was
Bard's
really
Tale.
good.
Bard's
Never got
Tale
to the
was
Dark
good.
Sun.
Oh, everyone played Bard's Tale because everyone. Well,
No, I
did
never
you
played
ever
Bard's
play?
Tale.
But you had to actually map draw your map, otherwise you get lost in
Yes.
the dungeons.
Well, that's
And
kind
I
of like.
found ways to
It's kinda like
go
when
into
Ultima came out.
Overpowered dungeon, get the weapons out of there, and then figure out a way to like trade them to people and copy them over. And the next thing you know, all my characters have weapons that
Yeah.
are way OP.
Well, I remember I transitioning over to Ultima Online,
Ultima
which was like the
Online.
ultimate PvP.
I'm
game.
fishing for 10 years so I can be level 1.
Yeah, and then someone comes along, kills you, and steals all your fish.
I'm a beggar until I get enough money for a fishing pole.
Yeah,
God,
I
dude,
used to drive people
That dude,
nuts.
I hated that game. I played it for like 3 or 4 days, and I was like, "Fuck this thing." And I mean, really, like World of Warcraft is the same way, except now you're killing boars in the forest.
Well,
for
and to be
75
fair, all they
years.
did, like, content's always content. You could dress it up as much as you want. It's still kind of the problem with all MMOs is that just repetitive feeling of, okay, now I'm done in the
They need to get
level
to the-
1, like I'm done in the level 8 through 10 area. Now I got to go to the level 12 through 15 area. And it's almost like the stories are the same, but they're just adjusted for the area that you're going
They need
into.
to figure out a way
Unless
to make it
you're
more
me.
open world. 'Cause
And
it-
the first time
We
you
only
decide
really played-
that you're
we
going
only-
to do something, you
Like
go to
Skyrim
an area
kinda
you
did
shouldn't
that
be
a little
going.
bit.
Yeah,
Just
Skyrim
because-
was. See, I love Skyrim, man.
But what made Skyrim
that was the shit,
so much
dude.
better, well, their
So
MMO
fun.
was awful, but what made
No, it
Skyrim so good was the DLC library. There were like thousands of people writing these amazing adventures you could download.
Right.
So you could have these brand new experiences like all the time, and it was great. And Skyrim never felt like a leveling game.
It levels with you.
Not even like it levels with you. It's like if you get into an area, it doesn't tell you that it's a hard area. You just get your ass kicked so often you realize maybe I shouldn't be in this area yet.
Yeah.
But then you go to the left a little bit and down into a valley, and suddenly you're able to take something on there. So it felt more organic. Like it just felt more organic.
Yeah, it was
When you
more organic.
accidentally kick
But
a chicken.
I'll tell you what.
And then you're wanted for murder. That was great. I'm running through the first village. Oh, this is great. I'm like kicking over buckets, and this chicken comes walking by, and I go, I wonder if it'll let me kick a chicken. I kicked it, and went, it like squawked, and the feathers went everywhere. Some town folk came over and said, "You leave my chicken alone." And I'm like, "Oh, well, now I got to kill the chicken and see what happens." So I go over and I take out my dagger, and takes me 5 times to kill the chicken because I can't hit the damn thing. It's a point and click game. And I'm like, the chicken dies. The next thing I know, hey, you, come here. And there's like 5 guards chasing me. I'm like, well, it's just a chicken.
You're wanted for murder for killing a chicken.
And then I'm like, why are all the items in this house red. Why does it say steel under each one? I mean, let's face it, Skyrim is like the perfect nesting ground for a murder hobo.
Oh,
It
I was
really
such
is.
a good murder hobo. Oh my god. I had an archer that was just it was so OP, dude. I could just sit back on a mountaintop and go
Your altruism is worn on your face.
and just nail people and kill them in one shot. Dude. I was like,
I did like doing the stealth archers with the bound
Did
bow.
you see any of the
'Cause, like, I
glitches,
knew where to
the
get one
chest
early
with the
on.
Right.
legs
Oh
and
yeah,
I
and the
was
paper
afraid to
dolling,
spell.
like the
Right.
rag dolling in
These
Skyrim was
goggles are
always
dangerous
great. Like
These
Right.
are things I've
Upgrade
never
my
played
stuff.
all that.
so
Five
like
times.
they'll be down to one
it took a
hit
couple
point,
days for me. I
and
would
I'll
max out
put my weapon
armoring
away and then I
skills,
punch
making
'em.
daggers,
Oh.
and I'd go around to
and
the
then
little bit,
and then
I'd max out
flip
my,
up in the air 20
and
feet,
the,
and
uh,
land and
enchantment.
bounce.
and then I would
Oh,
just
wait,
make
guys,
magical
just gonna
weapons.
tell like
and
I'm
sell
too many people.
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
I would,
great.
and then
My
The minute
my
I could, I'd go to
glitch,
that
I
one
actually
little,
found the glitch. It was one of the
that
dragons
mountain
that
where
instead of
the,
shooting fire out
you
of
get
his mouth,
the
it was shooting
Drager
out of
armor.
his ass.
You get the onyx armor.
Oh,
Well,
I can't remember
especially
what
if
they
you
call it, but
played
the
in
black armor.
somebody's
Yeah, it's
downloaded
Onyx
content,
Yeah, onyx armor.
those would be so buggy. It was great.
That's
One
fun.
of the guys said,
Oh, Jade! So nice of you to join us. We've been live for 25 minutes.
Oh shit.
No, I'm kidding. We've been live for 11 minutes.
Have I
Sort
said
of.
anything dubious?
No.
I don't think so.
I had to feed our son.
What'd you feed him? I gave him avocado.
I fed him milk.
Milk?
Milk.
Mommy milk?
Yes.
With no cookies.
With no cookies. You get no cookies today.
No, he had a cookie today.
He did?
I don't know if he ate all of it, but
Well, now I'm jealous. No more cookies for me.
sorry.
It's what you get for living high on the hog during, 4 weeks of vacation. Well, holiday vacation. Like from Thanksgiving on, what the fuck are you going to do? It's just a smorgasbord of just junk food everywhere you look.
Yeah.
And you're eating like
Yeah.
4 major meals during that time period. Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day,
I felt like
you
Jabba the
know?
Hutt this year.
New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is just
So I have a belt that I wear that tells me when it's time. When your like pelvic area like gets a little bit pinched and it purposely makes you uncomfortable, it's when I put on that belt to remind me.
There's actually been, when I was working at the spa, there's a couple of ladies that I would come across.
Yeah.
They would actually, there's belt like beads that
That show their marking where they want to be. Yeah.
they basically they wear them until they drop off.
See, for me, the only thing that works is pain and discomfort. Once I feel discomfort.
If they get too big, then they get too tight on their belly.
See, I came
But
up.
see, I know during the holidays is when I make the exception. And I know downhill's coming in October. So I went on a diet and lost 10 pounds before October War. But as soon as we got back from October War, it's like, oh, Thanksgiving's around the corner. And then Christmas, Christmas Eve. And I'm like, okay, all right, you know what? I'm waiting until after New Year's. And then
I came up
My
with the
back on
birthday
it.
is literally on Halloween.
I came up.
I got cake, candy, all the sweets every year.
Hey, at least
Well,
you're
but
not.
you don't eat.
At least you don't have
Ivar.
Jesus' birthday where you get one present for two.
Is that what you get?
No,
What do
but
you
I have.
Are you one of those Rumpelstiltskin people? What are they
No.
called? Julia Witnesses?
Yeah, I'm only 14.
Julia
'cause I
Witnesses?
was
Is
born
that
on
what they
Leap
called?
Year.
Sebastian's birthday is 2 weeks from yesterday.
No, that's not what they're called. What are they called? Oh, Jehovah's Witnesses. Julia Witnesses.
What did you say?
I thought you were doing that.
No, I
Julia,
forgot.
what kind of witness?
Julia Witnesses.
Julia Witnesses. Yeah.
To
No.
my left, we have more.
Bringing this
So
up
right,
because I have
we
to bring this
still-
up because I've seen this online.
You're a
Dude.
Christian house.
They are ripping into D&D 1, bro. Because they
Yeah,
said they're trying
we're
to
actually-
monetize it and stuff.
Yeah, Thursday. Well, first of all, there was a parody that was published. There was a parody that was published about it going all subscription.
Right.
And I believe that got really popular because it seemed ridiculous.
Right.
That's not an accurate one. That's
Yeah.
a parody on purpose.
Yeah.
But
no,
with the
there's a lot of
recent
people out there.
disaster that was Magic the Gathering releases, that it's just, that just torpedoed their MTG. On RPG & Co. Thursday, we're going to talk about the latest drop in D&D 1. and talk about the upcoming changes that they've been working on. We've already done 2 shows on the first two drops.
I'm glad they fixed guidance. What they did the first time was like, what the heck did you do? And then they changed it again.
What did they change it to?
So like for the first drop, they
Mhm.
changed guidance. They made it like it was a 30-foot range, but you can only use it once on a person per day. Nobody's gonna use it.
Yeah, it's not powerful enough for that amount of
It's like
limitation.
it has the distance, which is great, and
Right.
use it as a reaction. You can add it to someone's, which was cool, but you can only use it once a day. It's like people use that for building things and stuff. You're assisting
Right,
someone make
right.
checks. It's like that's stupid. And I said as much in my comments, and they changed it. I'm like, thank you. Now it has a 10-foot range. It's still a reaction, but it doesn't say anything about being limited. So
Well, it's a
Guidance
cantrip,
is
isn't it?
cantrip.
it's a cantrip. But
Right. So you'd have to
You can
change
only
the
use it
entire
on
spec
one
of a cantrip.
person.
But that's
I mean,
fine.
not one person, but only once per person
yeah,
per day.
they changed that. That's no longer a thing on the
So
latest
you
drop.
could still use it over and over.
I
because
solved it with
cantrips
all.
only
I mean,
one
honestly,
person.
Yeah, which is dumb.
I solved it with all my other games. I said, just you find an enchanted coin that has guidance on it. As long as it's in your pocket, I just assume that you want to use guidance. You know.
He's done that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's done that to me.
But yeah, now it has a 10-foot range, which is cool.
Rangers can be.
I mean, guidance is kind of a
Rangers
stupid
make,
cantrip to
she
begin
can
with,
be very-
but people
It
like
stacks-
using it.
It
So,
stacks with Bardic the Inspiration.
huh?
It stacks with
Make
Bardic the
berries.
Inspiration.
It can, yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Because
So,
she's a treat.
When you have somebody who rolls,
But
But
really
once
badly,
again, you know, it's like a lot of players don't like to play
Yum.
predetermined
Well, at
groupings.
least we're vegetarian.
They don't want to have to be like a cleric, a fighter,
Just
a wizard. They don't want to play that way. So a lot of times when you get people playing a huge variety of classes, those become more fun because of the way spells behave.
Mhm.
But when people start building min-max parties on top of min-max characters, those get so boring. It's not that it's a bad thing. It's just boring.
you just make the campaign harder for.
You can't make the
anyway.
campaign
no,
harder because then you
wait,
lose balance.
What you can do though is like what, because I'm trying to design a campaign right now where
Yeah.
you know I'm getting rid of anything that can help. Well, not help the party, but
He's
the-
getting
the
rid
things-
of pets. There are no pets.
No, I have to
No
have pets because there's-
at all.
no.
Anyone that has pets, they will get eaten.
Is
It's
Bill
not
gonna be in
called
your
a
game?
pet. It's called a companion. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But all the like detect magic spells, no detect magic
The
spells.
world is littered with bear traps.
You can, if you're a wizard, you can
They're not
make a roll and it'll say there's magic in it, but it won't say if it's cursed. It won't say what it is.
Right. You can change it to sense magic.
Sense magic
as a
yeah.
magic. Like
Right.
you have an innate ability as
Yeah.
a wizard to sense magic.
Right.
That way you're not
Cool.
detecting it.
Because-
It's a passive.
because of-
Yeah.
I like I like the old school where
make the dead.
it's a magic sword. Okay, I use it. Well, it's cursed now. It's cursed.
You can't let
Right.
it go.
You miss all of that. Why even have cursed objects? Because they
Well-
can decide what it. They can say, oh well, I'm going to do a legend
It's-
lore on it. I'm
it's-
going to do a
It's
detect
interesting
magic.
though, because some of
you
my
know?
parties don't have wizards.
Yeah.
So some of the campaigns don't have wizards.
But
so
if
when
they do, you're like you said, if they're min maxing and then min maxing, that's
yeah, but it's
yeah.
like, if they roll really high in investigation on an object,
right.
I might describe it a certain way
Yeah.
to create assumptions and presumptions about it.
Right.
But if they don't have the ability to identify it, they think they're clever and they go, okay, well, I'm gonna, wield it for
Right.
the next hour.
Well, I know we got
Okay,
caught up in that.
Which allows it to be revealed to you, but it also affects you as soon as it's
right.
revealed.
Right.
So it still can be dangerous.
That's like with the game we were in where we got all that magic armor and weapons and everything. It was all cursed.
Yep.
horrible shit happened to us. That was great. No, but I'm not like there's going to be no multi-classing, but within the classes, I'm using a lot of Dungeon World, and because I like a lot of things they do in Dungeon World. You get a lot of choices on what abilities your character can have. So like even two fighters would not be the same. If you each rolled up two fighters and picked what you wanted, they
Did
would
you
be
really have to
100%
bring that
different,
in?
which is cool. So it gives you the range, even though you
Marcy's
have to kind
mold
of pick
pairs.
the 4 categories of characters, but within that category
They
it has a
still
lot
have
of cool
the
shit.
feats where you choose your feats at each level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Left
But
and right.
I say
But
one
I don't
thing-
like the combat system.
Left and right.
Huh?
I don't like
Choose your feet.
Dungeon World's
Left and
combat
right.
system.
Mm.
I don't think
Too
people will
clunky?
like it. No, it's real easy. If
I
you
just-
roll
I was playing like
if you roll a 10 or more, You hit, you don't get
I
hit.
have no idea.
If
what
you
it
roll
is.
a 7 to 9, you hit,
It
but
was
the
like-
person the thing that you're attacking hits you. And if you
something
roll
that was
below
probably
6,
like
the DM
10
gets to
years
pick
ago.
basically
So I don't know
what
how
happens.
it's changed.
Interesting.
So it's real fast, and only the players roll. The
Oh,
DMs
interesting.
don't roll, so it makes DMing really easy. But then the people go, and if you roll a 12, because you roll it on 2d6, it's not a d20.
Right.
So people are really like, I don't like it. There's no d20. You could also just split up a d20 into fourths.
So I
and do
think
it
that's
that
the
way.
great balance of all the
But-
RPG game, TTRPGs in general,
Yeah,
is that the one thing that makes D&D ubiquitous is rolling of dice,
right.
right? Everyone loves rolling dice.
Yeah,
Dice monsters, all of this.
And I think the other thing that makes D&D ubiquitous is the fact that
You're more of a dragon. I'm not a dice
combat
dragon.
encounters,
I'm a dice dragon.
while not centric to the story, allow you to conclude stories.
right.
And a lot of other systems get a little bit too loosey-goosey on that, and people
Right.
struggle with that.
I mean, it's
Did
I
showed you
I,
the
I kind of
five
play
minutes
tested the system a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to see how it works. But then there's a lot of online people that go like, my players didn't like rolling d20. They didn't like not having an armor class, because what the armor does is it actually protects you. So like if you get hit and you're wearing plate armor, that's -4 off the hit that you just took, right? But there's no armor class. It's just if I roll,
Your armor's
Yeah, I'm
an
using
adjustment
Stegosaurus.
to the-
it's
Well,
an adjustment to the damage.
But I also
right?
think it's another collision of narrative style versus mechanic style.
Right. It's much more narrative.
Yeah.
That game system is much more narrative, and it's got a lot of good structures in how you design a campaign or a scenario, down from
Mhm.
scenario to like,
I like that it-
you know, a larger campaign to like the broad campaign. There's 3 different things they have in the book that would help a new DM. And then obviously the DM's not making any rolls, barely. So
yeah, but it gives a lot of narrative power to the
it
DM,
does.
too.
It does, because you don't have to sit there and go,
I'm gonna get some of that candy.
everything's your hit. You only go to level 10. Your hit points are basically your constitution. So not just your con bonus, your whole constitution. So you have a 10 con, you have 10 hit points plus whatever. If you're a fighter, you get a D10 for hit points. So you roll that, and that's your hit points. That's it, unless you use an ability to raise up your hit points.
Here she
To raise
goes.
up your
She's gonna
constitution
make a
score.
dance out.
Subplers for
So
it.
it's a lot simpler. You're a lot less powerful. You don't have like people with 100 hit points. You know, at 10th level, you could still have the same hit points that you had at starting
That's
level 1.
cool.
Doctor Who,
But you go up
TTRPG.
every time you go up a level. You know, you get to pick a feat, which is
It's
cool.
Dr.
So
Who role-playing game.
you can really design a character really
So,
cool.
Just somebody
So there's a
said
few
the
things I
doctor
like
man
about it, and
that
there's a
you
few
play
things I
with
don't. So I'm
kids.
kind of play testing a little bit to see how I like it.
I had
And it's kind of a
in
it's
my
kind of a
bag,
Dungeons and Dragons
and then
slash
I
Yeah.
took it
dungeon
out
world
for
like
Christmas,
hybrid, and I like the
Yeah.
magic
and then I put it on my keychain
in
and it fell off.
5e
And I'm very
hardcore,
sad.
so I'm using the magic system from 5e
Everybody
hardcore.
loves the magic of 5e hardcore.
Yeah, it's so easy. You get 3 levels, 3 spells per level,
Knife that I absolutely love.
and
Purple.
you
and
the
it's
spell
pocket,
level
got
is
red
your
on it.
actual level. So it's
Yeah.
not like
That broke
I'm
the
6th
square.
level, but I only cast 4th level spell. It's just so much easier. Like
Yeah.
if you're 3rd level, you can cast a fireball,
I tried buying
'cause it's
one
3rd level spell.
replacement.
but you can't unless you get ability.
The
You
one
that
I got, I don't know,
you
it's
can't
too hot.
cast it at 9th level.
Mm.
It just does that basic damage, and that's it. It never goes up in dice. So I don't know. It's a cool. I like it's a cool
Hey,
system.
everybody. We hadn't seen each other for a while, so we're a bit chatty Cathy tonight. So,
I know it's late. And I ruined the game.
but welcome back to the new year. It's 2023.
Happy New Year!
I know, it's crazy. Welcome to session 26. We're in session 26 tonight. Can you imagine? That's crazy.
I guess
That's half a year.
we should have been session 23 to start off 2023.
Cesare's like, yay!
Sorry. Is he gonna play in our new game? Chez, aren't you? Come on, buddy. Need you, buddy. Come
Tuesday
on.
night. Come on,
Tuesday
Jess.
night. We'll
Tuesday
get there
night,
We
eventually.
need you Tuesday
Get down
night.
here.
Bill, Ivar, Callist.
Bill.
My friend
Hopefully, I'd love for Cesare. And no, he just said nope.
Oh, you suck.
I'll be surprised if he could join us Sundays, but we're still waiting on Callista to find out about Liam, to whether or not she's going to be able to make that happen. So
Need the bigger rooms to get more people.
Yeah, well, there's that. He's working on that. He built one of the panels, and he
And it
needs to
wouldn't
come
be
out and install the
sweat
very
box
first
either.
panel that he built, so we can
Cool.
start going
Probably
off of
cooler
that.
there.
It'll still be a sweatbox.
It'll still be a sweat box.
It'll still be a sweatbox. We do
That-
that.
That's what Chesray just said. Just wait until you're in the finished new studio.
Yeah.
That is gonna be cool. That is gonna be cool. So, a lot of fun last time we were together.
For you.
What you make?
Yeah.
Ours
I
will be
almost
more
fucking
beers.
died.
So where we last left
Oh
off,
my God,
you guys had made an interesting discovery in the back gardens of the grounds of the Stone Grove.
Plenty of
While trying to assert her alpha dominance.
I just wanted to have some fun.
Yeah, successfully intimidating Grumbles to dig his own grave.
Yes. Dig his own grave. I want
He
to know exactly where he
inadvertently
stands.
discovered something hidden in the graveyard. A sealed room or a sealed something or other. It was opened. The team made their way down there and found what seemed to be an old basement chamber of an old chapel or ruin, which then eventually, once resolving the riddle of the laughing matron and opening up the great doors into the cavern, discovered something hanging up in the ceiling, not sure what it was, as well as a stone figure lying on the ground in the middle of the cavern. While Scarlet and Marrow began to climb the chain to try to figure out what was up top, the rest of you, for the most part, began to examine the stone statue on the ground. Meanwhile, Willa went for help. She made her way back to the Serenray Temple, found the nearest priest she could find, convinced him to come along, and upon her return, Scarlet had inadvertently disturbed the creature in the cage when she tried to swing over to the cage to see what was inside, waking an imprisoned beholder. Unfortunately, the cage was quite old and rusted, and it broke apart, allowing the beholder to become free. And the team then engaged in a pretty drawn-out combat encounter with this beholder that lasted the entirety of the last session, practically. However, Morrow, realizing that the other half of the cage was still up top with Zephora's help, yelled for you to climb up and try to release the cage, which you managed to with Scarlet's help. The cage came crashing down and knocking the beholder out. Well, at the same time, the priest noticed something unusual about the stone figure and had asked Belladonna if she knew restoration, which she did. She placed her hands on the stone statue. I believe that's where we last left off, was at that point. The amount of dust and gravel is pelting everywhere. You can hear the chains creak in the background, the cogwheels up above sparking and kind of shifting and grinding against each other up in the kind of like depths of the cavern up above. Dust begins to settle. The huge cage now lies on top of the unconscious beholder. It still breathes, it still reacts, but appears to be unconscious. Meanwhile, all of you hear Belladonna call out to her deity and try to restore, regenerate, bring this person back from their stone condition.
Oh, no.
Those of you
God.
those of you over by the stone person, which is Willa and Jade and Belladonna, along with the priest, Philip, you watch as the stone begins to ash away from her skin. Hair that was stone begins to become flexible again. Within, you forgot everything,
I
didn't
did. I
you?
just wrote shit around. I don't have dyes. I don't have a pencil. Oh, well, thanks. I'll just use all this.
Pick one.
Oh, there we go. Okay. That's
You
easier.
don't want a set?
That's cool. Just-
Oh, you're going to let him use your random pool?
Mhm.
Careful, those have bogeys on them, troll bogeys.
that's
With
cool.
that, the priest stands up and away. Bella stands back. You watch as the last of the stone facade falls away from this figure. She is wearing what appears to be night clothes. A kind of like heavy woolen and cotton kind of nightgown, but very heavy, like almost like it was designed for cold weather. She has a cloak on as well, like something that she could pull around herself. Her long kind of red and gold hair kind of falling down past her shoulders. Her eyes flutter for the briefest of moments, and she does a sharp intake of breath. Her eyes kind of flutter open and she begins to look around. She's leaning on one elbow, almost in the position she was when she was turned to stone. What? Where? What's happening? What can I see? Who's
Did
here?
you say what? Why can't I see?
She hears that, yeah.
Okay. Do her eyes look like they're blind?
It's the
Give me
carbonite
perception as
freezing
you
process.
stare at her. Is that to hold your tambourine? Are you tambourine?
Your green tambourine.
Who are you using tonight, babe?
Huh?
Who are you rolling with tonight?
Stegosaurus.
Like a green die.
Perception. Oh, I get. Okay. I got 16.
16. Looking at her face, she seems fine. The thing is, though, her pupils are dilated out, almost like maybe she's suffering from a side effect.
Okay.
Could, since I'm right next, am I still right next to
Yeah, you, Philip, and Jade are next to her. Marrow and Scarlet are climbing down. Willa, you're by there as well. Zephora, you were over guiding Scarlet and Marrow up into the chain.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Bella, Willa,
I'm up there.
Philip, and Jade are
Yeah.
over by.
I'm gonna tell her.
She got me up the chain.
Yeah, because you're climbing back down at this point.
I'm
Okay.
going to put my hand gently on her back just to kind of not startle her, and I'm going to use Cure Wound.
You're okay.
Do you still
There's like a
have cure
flare of like blue light that kind of ensconces her and
Kind
She-
of like deep breath.
blinks.
Easy, easy.
She sits up. Philip, seeing what you do, kind of sits down next to her and kind of helps her into a sitting position as well.
Can I?
She
Oh.
begins to blink and look around.
See who she's going to destroy because it's the enemy.
Oh, I mean, I have proficiency in medicine. Just
Where's
Mm.
Matthias?
Matthias?
I can. Who are you?
Who's
Who are you
Matthias?
people?
Who's Matthias?
Who are you?
That's
Oh.
not the beholder, right?
My name is Alice Sadan.
How do you spell that?
Aliese. It's her first name, Alice.
Oh, why did it turn it to Albies?
Okay, her name's Albies now.
Did you say
Her li-
Alabama?
I hate
Sardon.
Alice is
Sardon. Alice Sardon. Hi. Why is it so cold? Her eyes kind of begin to focus and she looks and sees Willa and begins to crawl backwards slightly, sees Bella and sees the priest and then sees Jade and she's confused and just kind of scurrying away from all of you as she's confused as to what's going on. And
What is the last thing you remember?
I guess if she's still there, I want to try to calm her down, like keeping my hand on her back, like whoa, 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 whoa.
it's
It's
the
okay.
reason why a tree is talking to me.
She's not really a tree.
But
Yes, I
She
am.
just looks like a tree.
It's okay.
I am
Just
a
take
tree.
a deep breath. It's a lot to handle.
Taxi?
Well,
And a talking tree. Yes, it's there's-
Where? How? And then she watches as Morrow comes climbing down the chain. Like, it hits the ground and there's a dust cloud. And she's like, and then she sees the cage and she immediately sees the condition of the cage and she jumps up. Matthias? Are you Matthias? And then you guys, she seems to be staring at the beholder at this point
Okay.
and calling him Matthias.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that her husband?
I should tell you everything you need to know.
They had an argument. That's why she was.
Do you know this beholder? Kind of like
He's my friend, my companion.
Did he?
He tried to eat us, so I wouldn't say much of a companion right now.
Well, he would only try to do that to defend himself.
We weren't attacking.
We were attacking.
Oh. I don't understand why we're all here. What is
where
this
we
place?
Found you. You were petrified?
I was?
We were over there.
assumed
See that big
was-
old dust hole
What
right
day
there?
do you think this is?
What day?
What day, what date do you remember last?
I remember having an argument with my fiance over dinner.
What was his name?
His name was Henry,
Oh,
Okay.
and I believe it was, I don't know, maybe 382 PD.
How long ago was that?
It'd be
When did you call him?
about 500 years ago.
Call down Henry.
About
Henry
the
won't
same
come back.
timeline that Henry told you that he's been dead.
Dead?
But Henry had a wife.
he's had 3 wives.
No, he said 3. You remember one of them was on the horse. And then
Yeah. Okay. But this was a fiance, so they didn't fully get married.
Because she disappeared.
Mm.
Why is Matthias in that? What is this place?
I don't know. We found Matthias in a cage, and he exploded out of it, and then attacked us.
So now he's there.
Matthias, are you alive?
He's still breathing.
He's just unconscious.
Oh, well, try to help him. He's a good friend of mine.
You might want to wait until you have something to offer him other than people to eat.
Why do you all seem like,
Okay, so it was a very long time ago. You've been petrified for a very long time, and he's probably not had anything to eat.
what do you
for a
mean,
while.
how long? Have I been,
It's been a while.
You don't want to know until you're.
what's a while?
It's been a while.
She's insight checking you.
It's been a while.
Wow.
Do I?
Does she
I'm gonna
really
roll
need to?
deception?
Hold on, I'm rolling deception.
If you want to, you can. But she's staring at you very incredulously.
No,
I
tell
don't
her about
understand why
Henry.
you can't tell me.
It's been 500 years.
We worry that it would
What's it gonna do? What's she
Unstable her.
gonna do?
What's she gonna do?
unstable her.
Well, I'm a lich, so I live forever, so the 500 years isn't that much.
That's what Zephora
Now
is.
you're hooking it
Zephora's a
down.
lich. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm a tree. Who knows how old I am?
I'm not paranoid from being in a bunch of his games.
I know, this is the big bad.
Yeah, we just unleashed the big
unleashed
bad.
the
You
And
you guys told me you let the big bad out of the.
that's the other one.
So the second big bad.
They're gonna team up.
Team up.
Wonder Twin Powers activate.
We keep
Yeah.
waking up these old people.
By our powers combined, we are the,
Lich
Form
fighter.
of a bucket of shit.
We keep waking up these old young people.
Form of the piss boy.
Right.
All right.
I don't understand why you won't tell me how long it's been.
It's been 500 years.
500 years.
I
You remember
believe
what
you're-
the last thing is you saw before you possibly got petrified?
I remember having dinner with my fiance Henry. We fought over something.
Do you remember what you fought over?
We fought over what I do, I guess what I used to do for a living.
What did you used to do?
I'm a soothsayer.
Well, fun. How does that work?
I divine things for people. I tell them their fortune, or I guide them through difficult memories. That's how I met Matthias. He was somebody's memory. He became somebody's dream, and then he merely became. He was broken and fearful, and I took care of him. My fiance felt I was hiding an affair from him, which I tried to convince him I was not. To your point, I remember having a meal with him before I went into the. We were having a meal at the Laughing Matron, I believe, is where we ate.
Does that sound familiar? The Laughing Matron. Is it still around?
That was representative in the cavern. It was also representative in the riddle.
I believe
As well.
it was something that you guys recognized but no
Yep.
longer exists.
Hold on. I'm looking
Yeah,
at my
the
notes.
song, the butterfly
The
song.
butterfly song.
The
Yeah, I have
famous
it right here.
tavern destroyed by Vecna. Yep.
It's a part-time.
The Butterfly's Wing was the name of the song.
I was a part-time singer, troubadour of sorts at the Laughing Matron. So I was performing that day. We had a meal. I remember complaining about not feeling well. And I remember leaving. After that, I don't remember anything else.
Is it possible that you have some kind of incurable disease that Matthias was saving you from by petrifying you?
It's a lot of words. I'll come back to that when I can understand what you just asked me. No, Matthias and I have been friends for a
Let's
good
go.
many
I'm
years.
gonna go check on Matthias. And I'm gonna go check on the beholder.
Well, beholders have the ability.
Am
to
I down
turn
from the
people to
change
stone,
yet?
so-
Yeah, I'll say you, Morrow, Scarlet are all down on the ground.
This thing's still alive.
It's her friend.
No,
It's
don't!
her
No.
friend.
Please do not hurt him.
It's her friend.
Who's this?
It's
It's
been
the petrified woman.
it's been 550 years. Matthias may be mad. You might not be.
No,
able to bring him
it's-
back.
Do you think there's a
He
chance that
didn't seem
Matthias
mad.
is the one that turned
He
you into
didn't
stone?
seem like
No, I
insane.
don't think so. He doesn't have that ability. He never learned it.
Does anyone, do you know anything about this Oubliesque thingy?
None of this looks familiar to me at all.
You weren't brought down here?
Not that I can remember.
So don't kill it.
No, please. I assure you, I can communicate with him, and I will do what I'm sure he's fine. Inside checker if you want.
Yeah, 30, 16.
All right.
I don't know you, but
1. Oh, you believe her wholeheartedly. In fact, you're offended at Sephora's wanting to kill the beholder.
13.
13? I mean, she seems very animated. She seems very invested and convinced that this is her friend that's sitting here injured, unconscious. She doesn't seem to have any memory of how she got down here.
I'm just gonna check him out and make sure he's not bleeding out.
Give me a medicine check as you examine him.
beholder medicine.
Beer holder medicine. 18.
18?
plus 20. Dirty 20.
Would you mind not standing on me eye stalk?
Sorry about that.
You gotta shift your weight. Thank you. Yeah, look, I really only meant to scare you away. I didn't really mean to try to hurt you, but you guys gave up such a good fight. I just kind of got lost.
You were trying to eat me.
Well, yeah, you look tasty.
Uh-huh.
His one
That's
eye is
my
out,
friend's
kind of
name.
open and fluttering as he's, and then his eye rests on, Sardana,
Elise.
Should I help him out from underneath in the cage?
Not yet.
How is she not stone anymore?
Oh, we.
That fucking bastard.
How did she get petrified?
Oh, is that fucking fiance of hers?
Henry.
That son of a...
Yeah.
How did he petrify her?
Well, the Onoseka. He's a master wizard, of course. I'm gonna kill that fucker.
He's
He's
already
already
dead.
dead.
What do you mean he's already dead?
He's a
You guys
ghost.
have been down here for 500 years.
What about
What?
You guys have been down here for 500 years.
You gotta be kidding me.
Unfortunately, not.
That's also probably why you're so hungry.
Yeah.
What else do you eat other than humans?
Oh, yeah, I
Make
ate-
some good berries.
I
Lila, good berries.
I love
Berries.
my favorite sandwich is dwarf and elf.
I am throwing a good berry at his face.
Oh! Why are you pelting me with little chocolate rocks?
I'd eat those
They're
if I were
tasty.
you.
They're full
Like
of
one of the eye
nutrients.
stalks picks it up. And that's when you realize each of the eye stalks is stitched shut. If you recall, they weren't really able to do their full amount of damage to you. They weren't really able to do that much to you. It was his
Yeah,
main eye
dead.
and his anti-force field, his anti-magic field that was doing most of the work.
Oh, I thought it was just squinting.
So he watches all of his elongated eye stalks come up and they're all stitched shut, the exception of two of them. And one of the eye stalks kind of picks up and manipulates the good berry and pops into his mouth as he's lying under the weight of the cage.
Full?
No, I mean, these are pretty tiny. You're so big and juicy.
Good berries, actually. I think good berries actually fill you.
Yeah, that's
There's
for
a
Well.
person.
A person.
Yeah, do I look like a person?
I
We-
throw
You
another
know, our
one.
clerik is
I
kind
was
of
like,
a
how
mix
many
of
berries
deli
you got?
meats
I,
Do another
I
one.
can make 10.
Without you mention.
and dwarf.
I'm gonna go grab it. I grabbed 10. Well, I grabbed the 9 remaining ones, and I hand them to him.
Make a big ball berry. Just
Well, I mean, I didn't want to save one for Miss. I probably have a
Okay, then I
shrunken
grabbed
stomach.
8.
You know, we are just underneath our house. We could make him a sandwich. Save our
You're a
magic.
little further down than directly underneath the house. You're underneath somebody else's neighborhood, like 300 feet down
Did
below
travel
through
for a
the.
little bit.
Once you got through the ruins of the old chapel and down in the cavern expanse, I mean, you came down pretty far.
So we're gonna give him the room 8, and then give her one of the
What
good
a
berries.
waste of time.
Okay, good. You're like, and at this point, she's gotten up, and Anise is kind of like, or Elise has kind of come over, and she's, Matthias, it's okay. We just need to get through this. It'll be fine. Yeah, they said Henry's already dead, though. And she goes from like kind of rubbing like the side of his like hide and looks. What do you mean Henry's already dead?
It's been 500 years.
Well, he's not dead. He's a
Well, I
ghost.
mean, he was a master wizard. He'd always tried to, well, overcome the limitations of mortality. I never thought he actually could.
Unless you
Well,
count
he
the
just called
ghost.
Henry a bastard, so would you ever assume that maybe he was the one that did something to
Do you know anybody named
Well, we did
Grumbles?
fight Grumbles.
Yes.
He was our caretaker.
Oh my God.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I never
Grumbles.
trusted. I never
Grumbles is
trusted that son of a
immortal.
bitch.
Wait, how can it be 500 years later and he's still alive? That doesn't make any
That
sense.
doesn't make any sense.
Unless they kept
Doesn't.
renaming the same different people Grumble.
Oh,
Unless Henry's not really
like the
dead.
pirate.
Or
that story.
They're in
What
the,
about the
in
house?
the in the house in the shack.
Mansion.
What if the mansion keeps you preserved?
No, I don't think it does. that.
Pickled, more like it.
Yep.
With that,
Can we get out of here?
Yeah.
Can we leave?
How?
I'm gonna look around this dump because I'm
Can he get
tired of talking to
smaller?
these people that are 500 years old.
Watch as she pulls out a chain. It's just a gold chain with a small
How
rock
is
at the end
Phil
of it.
reacting to all this?
He's just standing there gobsmacked. He's like, she said she just needed help. He's just like, look, you guys seem like you got this under control. I'm going to go now.
Do you mind filling out a report for us about the
I
incident?
wouldn't know what to fill out. You know, why don't you guys come swing on by? We'll share a drink.
I will.
Better
And
than
we'll
that, why don't you
figure
keep your
your-
big trap shut?
I like that idea. You know what? She's got a great idea. I'm going to
Yeah,
This
go.
never happened.
And the whole time you can hear his like flip flops going up the stairs, like his
I'm
sandals.
putting you in
And
the
he's
report.
muttering to himself the whole way up the stairwell.
I hope you fill out an incident report because I'm putting you in the incident.
And you can
Phyllis,
hear him.
When did you become a sage?
I'm a tree. That's what they are.
So you're going to
No. Sage
you're
is
gonna
a
use
bush.
you're going
Are you the great burning bush?
so you're going to use the pulped flesh of your own kind and scrawl on it and tell on us all.
Excuse me, big fella. Help me get
I
the
use
cage
animal
off of him, please.
I'll help him.
You at least promise
Good.
not to eat
So,
any
like,
of this.
Human skin.
I promise you he won't eat you. I promise.
He said
I'd
I
say about 5 minutes later, the cage gets shifted off, and eventually he starts to wobble to his like levitation height of about 5
As I'm
feet.
standing there with my daggers.
Yeah, his eyes are blink. His eye is blinking heavily in his huge toothy maw. Oh.
I pull
Oh,
an
yeah.
arrow out.
Ow! Oh, that
Sorry.
was yours. That's funny because I think that's the only one that hit me. Anyways.
I look for all the treasure and gold that's supposed to be down here.
Actually, if it was one of mine.
I mean, you can make an investigation
I'm
on the
going to,
room.
yeah.
I mean, if you
it was
want.
one of
Yeah.
mine.
And I'm gonna I'll be searching with you.
I know.
But like this, yeah,
But you can pull out one of the many crossbow bolts from them.
So 18?
Oh.
18?
Ooh.
18.
Nothing, right?
I mean, following the perimeter of the cavern, I mean, this just feels like a prison.
Right. So I'm really
like-
looking at this necklace that she's pulling out.
Oh,
It's a gold.
this
Join the
allows him
fiancé
to
death.
exist in this small stone,
Oh.
and then this is how he travels with me. he was not with me the evening that me and Henry fought. In fact, I don't remember much about that. Well, Matthias, do you remember anything? I remember Henry putting his hands on your shoulders, and then I remember I was in his hand. I think he swapped out your necklace. I don't think that's the right one. I don't feel the connection. And then nothing happens. She's like, oh shit. The containment necklace isn't here. That's how he got you. But why did... Who?
Can I look for a necklace anywhere on the ground, a containment necklace?
Get an investigation check. Look around.
Dirty.
I'll help look.
On
Investigation.
investigation.
think
I
we're all gonna
mean,
investigate.
following Zephora, she's like checking the cavern for
16.
stuff. Between you and with that roll, the absence of everything is here. It's like this
Not
place
even
was
dust? Oh, no, you said
meticulously
dust.
like preserved for a single purpose. And look with that investigation, now that you're looking at the contraption and everything that was interacted with, this was a very sophisticated cage system designed to keep that beholder contained up in that space up above. You get the feeling that she was dragged from someplace else. You do find at least some
Scuff
like
marks.
scuff and scratch marks.
Like all the
That
darts
were-
moved and-
Not even that, like the granite stone itself, like her stone form dragged across stone towards the center where you found her. There are some granite scrapings from when you guys moved her out of the way to take a good look at her off to the side.
And there are others that match that are older.
Yeah, so the cavern here is about 100 feet tall.
Mhm.
So all the cranks and gearworks are up in the ceiling. Those are all kind of dangling and destroyed from the collapse of the cage. The cavern itself is maybe 100 feet in diameter from center to side, so 200 full 200 feet across.
So
Yeah.
20-foot or 100-foot radius.
Yeah, 100 radius from center to across. So it looks like it's been perfectly measured out, which kind of you think back to the double doors that contain the riddle to seal the chamber.
I want to go high and I want to look up on above the chains to
Okay.
see if there's any runes above the chains.
Give me acrobatics. Make sure you don't flub it.
Let's go look at the room that we came out of to come into here and see if there's anything that is in those rooms.
Okay.
I'm leaving. I'm going back up.
Why,
Okay, you're heading back up
Yes.
to the entrance.
It's been a bust.
18.
He doesn't remember.
You scale the chain pretty quickly. You watch as some people go to leave, some stay. She is staying with Matthias at this point, who's kind of
He seemed
nursing
very
his
surprised when
injuries.
he
But as you climb all the way up and you get to the very top and you start looking at all the gears and mechanisms,
He didn't want to
give
go
me an
in, and
arcane
then
che-
when he saw the
arcana
camera,
check.
he did go in.
10.
10. There are glyphs kind of
Oh, wait,
integrated.
13.
13. There are glyphs integrated into the machinery and the machinations of the cage. This thing used to have some kind of spell on it. Not sure what the spell was, but based on the fact that he's not dead for 500 years, it might have been a preservation spell. He might have been held in stasis until you guys entered the chamber.
Why would he go through such
Question. So, where she was preserved, was there is there still a slab or something where she was actually preserved?
No, it was almost like she
That's
was
on the
just
ground.
set down on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the way that you were explaining, it's is there anything to be able to move to kind of puzzle it in some way, or
No.
well,
No, this feels like everything here feels like the end of the road. Like maybe the double doors that you guys opened somehow were connected to the stasis glyphs, which kept it in stasis. And when you solve the riddle, open the doors, that's how he became active again. Is that it maybe somehow doing that brought him back into existence.
What about on the oubliette? Or the oubliette?
The obelisk?
Obelisk.
I mean, that's just more of an extension of the effect, the magical effect that he was under. Somebody went through a great deal of trouble to contain him. great deal of trouble.
Oh,
Did we
talk
Contain and
about-
actually-
preserve.
Oh, that's right. It was only the priest that knew what the obelisk said, right?
Oh, they
Right?
contained them, but they not only
No, Sephora knows how to read it.
they sewed
Sephora
his
knows how to read
stock
it.
shut to kind of. They had him.
Yeah, because it's
they had
in,
him captured at one point.
Infernal.
Oh, okay.
Say that again?
They had him captured at one point and retarded his strength by sewing his eyes shut. His eye stalks.
That's
Mm.
assuming that it was them, and he wasn't that way before.
Okay.
I assume he
They're
wasn't
still on the
there
ground,
before.
right? Both of them. Both
Because
Mhm.
she said that he was broken.
Mm.
Elise
actually
said that
talked to Matthias and
Matthias
said,
was
"Why
broken."
is your eyes actually
He was
so?"
created broken.
What do you mean?
Why
He
is
watches
your-
his eye stalks come and he
Found him
looks.
broken.
What the fuck? What did you do to me? What? And you notice he's kind of getting more angry, and he's looking at all of his eye stalks except for two. That fucking bastard. I bet he did this.
I could try.
And you right now, you can see that she's like trying to calm him down and get him back under control.
So you weren't like this before.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking useless now.
No, you're not useless.
Yeah, watch this. I'm gonna turn you into I'm gonna polymorph you into a fly. Oh nope, didn't work. You know why? I don't got me fucking eyeballs.
Very
Can I
nice.
borrow one of your knives?
Ooh.
And just I might pull a hand out and like, it was gonna hurt, but I could try to heal it and fix it.
What are you trying to heal and fix?
Your
eyes.
Your eyes.
Um,
The eyes themselves are gone.
The eyes
That's what he
themselves
said.
are gone. You can't.
No, but we could try to at least take this.
You need regenerate.
You need what?
I need a
What are you?
So-
What are you? Are you like some kind of priest or something?
No, not quite.
And why did when I smell you, I smell elf and dwarf?
Cleric.
She's a dwell.
Why do you spell out the door? Because clerics.
She is a dwell. She's.
I
elf and
dwell amongst myself. It's a personal yes.
Oh, you should put that into a t-shirt.
The best kind of both meats
Mixed
mixed together.
Let's not encourage him to.
May one of these days a boulder rolls over your shoulder.
So
Not only
Yeah.
is it thin and tender, there's lots of it.
I believe it's regenerate that helps you regenerate lost limbs and eyes.
It's cheaper just to buy a bunch of eye patches.
Oh, you think that would look cool?
I think that would look very
The
dashing.
pirate.
I mean, one looks cool. You imagine like 6.
I think that would look fucking weird.
Do you want to use one and just swap it between eye stalks?
We could put different colors.
Can we just get out of here?
Well, I don't know if he'll fit through the doors.
I'm going back up to find Grumbles and give him a piece of my mind.
We need to go grab Grumbles.
Mhm.
So at
Wait,
this
are y'all saying
point,
that
I
out
knew
loud?
I was right to be cruel and mean.
so
to
like
him.
at this point, as you storm out, go up go out the double doors, go back up the series of stairs, back into the initial
I'm still asking
burial
you.
chamber.
Can you make yourself smaller?
The priest is standing there looking at dirt.
Oh shit.
Somebody buried us in.
Well, yeah.
There was
but
something here
Grumbles.
before.
Grumbles closed
The
the
door.
and the door's gone.
How far up was it?
It wasn't-
Give me a survival check.
Marrow, you might need
Now,
to
is
break
this
through
the
the
trap
wall.
where the trapdoor was?
What's Philip done? He ran off.
What'd you
That's
get?
Philip that
He
she's
was
talking
trying to
about.
get out.
Oh no, Philip's now staring up where he remembered the trap door was.
7.
As Zephora comes up behind him.
Yeah.
7. He sees you. He looks at you. I just want to leave.
Doesn't look like you're going to.
There was a
Buried
trap door
alive.
earlier, right?
Yeah, but Grumbles was up there. I'm sure he doesn't like me. I'm sure he just
Well, no.
buried us in.
Do you remember how there was an edge?
There's
Uh-huh.
no edge.
There's no edge.
I'm going to grow up and see if I can feel along it. See if there's any seams that we're just not.
So you're
seeing.
heading up to the top as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Eventually.
So eventually, Zephora, you see Willa come in. Well, you're looking at just backfilled dirt.
Got
above
something for you to include in your report.
So,
Philip's like, looks at Willa, looks at Zephora. Willa, Zephora. You watch as Willa just kind of jets her roots up into the soil. Soil. Soil.
How deep are we?
Soil. Get to your maximum 300 feet. And you can't find the surface.
Oh,
Your roots are kind of like at the edge.
And I know we weren't that far down behind.
No, he was
No.
digging for like a foot.
Mhm.
It was like maybe 6 feet max.
No, he
He was
hadn't
digging a
even gone-
grave.
I know he was digging a grave, but he'd gone like maybe 3 feet.
Well, he had climbed down in, dug about 3 or 4 feet down, and then
And that's where the
hit the
trapdoor was
stone.
there.
Yeah.
It's a magic portal.
Do you want to try using your? Didn't you try to learn the mansion portal spell?
The mansion portal won't get us out. It will just open up a mansion.
Well, I was saying maybe we could pop up in and then go through the other door.
Well, maybe you
outside.
can all turn us to stone. Maybe you can all turn us to stone for 500 years, so someone else
wonder
come and
if I
get
can
us.
Try my transport via plant.
What's that?
I wonder if I can try my transport via plant, but I don't have a plant down here to transport me into. Right?
I would also say because your innate ability,
Mhm.
there was nothing alive naturally when your roots went up through the soil.
Okay. There's
Climb the
nothing.
chain to see if there's anything up there.
There's nothing.
Sure, you
At
want there.
least you said 500 feet, 300.
You already went up the top of the
300
chains,
feet
right?
up?
I did.
Yeah.
There's more arcane symbols up there.
Can I sense magic there?
There's definitely magic afoot.
Grumbles is going to get it so
Sense
bad.
magic.
This tastes
We were
like
just talking about
wizardry.
sense magic.
Have you ever seen anyone skinned alive?
arcane glyphs?
Mara was
Very
like,
fun.
sure. I mean, I used to do that every Saturday night. I mean, it was lots of fun.
Any arcane glyphs?
We're at the entrance because you guys were back down below.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to see if we can get him to come up. How far up can he go?
I would
Where
say
did
as you
he
come
get
out of the
stuck?
main cavern and into the double doors, everything was big enough to get him at least into the prison area, the cavern. I would say the double doors were big enough, so obviously you had to be outside of the containment necklace to be imprisoned, which seems to be what this whole cavern and double door was specifically for.
Are we in a necklace?
I don't think so.
Are we in a necklace?
Well, those.
Did the portal that we went into send us into a necklace?
Absolutely.
Okay, I know things about that I don't know if Willa knows. Can I do an Arcana check to see if Willa knows some things about the necklace?
I will say the one thing you remember is you originally left.
You left and came back.
You were able to get Philip, and then you came back, and then you and Philip entered. So if anybody was seen, it would have been during that period of time. I would say, give me a history check.
No bonuses for history.
Now, the minute we freed him from the cage, I'm sure that the door closed because it's a prison.
That's a 6.
6. You don't remember seeing anybody around when you came back.
That's not what I meant. Like,
You don't remember. This doesn't feel like magic. This doesn't feel like anything. It's confusing.
Like a void. Either that or we were teleported 500 years in the past.
which is unlikely.
It's Jason's game. It's not unlikely.
You're right. You're right. I didn't think about that either.
To see if ghosts can actually do anything, while they're dead.
What about the skull? The one that changes things to dark?
It went down into the plinth.
Yeah.
Can we investigate that?
Can we
you want
reactivate
to,
it?
yeah.
Yes, I want to investigate that.
You can give me an investigation check as you make your way back down.
Well, I was in the room.
You were in the furthest room with me.
You would have had to have this conversation with us, so we've met up somewhere.
Yeah.
Can Matthias get to the room with where the trapdoor was?
No, you just hear him like
Okay.
his massive body, like just trying to come up into the stairwell. No, get fit. Sorry.
I'm gonna go look at the skeleton skull room.
I think in 500 years you would have lost weight. But I don't know. Not eating and all.
I'm sorry, Matthias, that we attacked you. But
Oh,
kind
it's
of-
all right. I mean, I was just defending myself.
I kind of wish you were the enemy. Then I could have eaten you.
18.
Well, I
Absorbed
thought I
you.
was weird.
Make
But
sure
I
you put
won't
that in your
now
report,
because you're not,
bad
uh,
girl.
Because you're reasonable, I guess I
18?
can't eat you.
For my part, I'm not sorry that we attacked you.
From what you can remember of the skull, it was designed to create the impenetrable darkness and keep everything in darkness. It almost feels like you guys made it through multiple barriers of keeping people out between the riddle on the door being opened, then getting rid of the impenetrable darkness, and then climbing up to the cage and disturbing the cage. It's possible. You begin to put the pieces together that if all those defensive barriers failed, that what you might be experiencing now is a last-ditch effort to
Keep everybody in.
keep this whole thing secret.
Philip, do you have any ways of communicating to people outside long distances away?
Raven, I can send a raven.
By magic?
Oh, no, not by magic. No, sorry.
It's worth an ask.
I'm glad they employ intelligent people.
I'm still
We
looking.
Can we eat her first?
Yes.
Now we'll eat your ravens. As long as you can make ravens, we won't go.
When
We
you all
won't
starve
go.
to death, I promise
hungry.
I'll make sure your bodies don't go to waste.
Well, I mean,
We'll keep warm
Where
by the
are
fire
we?
of your light that
Exactly.
we start.
Oh my God, we're not going to starve. We have good berries.
That's true.
have dingleberries?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We will.
Chocolate covered dingleberries
Chocolate-covered dingleberries.
with a
Chef's-
slight sour
chef's-
vinegary flavor to
I
them.
mean, if you think about it, if you
Tart,
guys
tart.
supplied her with blood, she could probably stay alive and then feed you good berries, and you could stay alive that way. We could probably live down here for a while.
I don't want to live in
That
a
sounds
cave
really
for a
gross.
while.
So,
I wanna
anyways, I'm looking around the room.
So, yeah, I mean, you get the feeling that the door was the first. Well, the fact that this place was hidden underground in an old chapel ruin, there might be a connection there. Maybe
How's it 300 feet of?
there's. Well, no, not really, because you're basically the chapel was built on the grounds that was overlapping two neighborhoods. The entrance was about 3 to 5 feet, slightly elevated, but with a little bit indentation. The trapdoor opened and allowed you to drop down 15 feet down into the cavern or down into the trapdoor entrance, which then seemed to be like the old ruined basement of the previous chapel that used to sit here. You guys followed that down almost 120 feet down into the entry chamber of the double doors, which then opened up into a hollowed out cavern. And in there, once you dispelled the effect of the impenetrable darkness, and it revealed the entirety of the prison, you get the feeling that somebody built something here on top of something that used to be here. But it doesn't explain really the fact that you seem to be underground about 300 feet.
We need to investigate.
At the very
We need
least.
to investigate the rooms that were on the wall again.
Oh, the obelisk.
Okay.
That is the one parody to all this. The obelisk is written in Infernal.
Matthias, can you read Infernal?
Yeah, I can read just about anything.
I can read it.
This
Oh,
obelisk
I take it back. I thought it was abyssal.
I'm sorry, it is Abyssal.
Okay, I read it last time.
It is Abyssal.
Right.
Which was not one of the languages I
What does it
used.
say?
It said, "Don't move the skull, or the door will disappear."
Did you actually ever read it?
I'm lying, but go ahead. I didn't know what yeah, I read it. I don't remember what you said it said, but
okay.
go ahead.
It basically describes the
Constructions.
idea of a plenty shift prison.
Great.
The idea of it doesn't clearly spell it out, but the obelisk seems to be the source of what shifted this place.
Maybe we need
What
to
happens
shift
if-
the obelisk.
What happens if we touch the obelisk?
Maybe we need to.
I don't know. Fucking touch it. Will reaches out, touches it. Everybody just stares at her.
I'm not touching it.
Nothing happens.
Can we?
Turn it.
Pretty big. I mean, it's
We have
20
borrow.
feet tall. It's maybe 15 feet square total. I mean, you could
What's
certainly
on top
give
of
it
it?
a tug.
It didn't when I did the investigation. It didn't look like something that could move to the middle or turn, did it?
Mm-mm. Not that you remember seeing.
Well, it's on top of it.
It's just a pointed finish.
Oh, it goes to a point.
I've eaten some magic people. I'm sure I could feel what magic feels like. Can I feel magic on this thing?
Feels like rock, and I mean, it doesn't feel like. I mean,
I've
even
eaten
Matthias
magic
watches
people.
what she's doing. Well, how is magic supposed to feel? Sparkly?
Yes.
Like
Should magic be
butterflies.
sparkly?
Like butterflies getting trapped inside your.
Don't engage
wood.
her in the conversation. You'll just get a headache.
It should be sparkly.
Oh,
like
it's more of a
adolescent
body
vampires.
ache.
For you. I know.
I
I'm
mean-
all over ache.
It should be as thin as air.
Oh,
but
can I
it's
ask you a
super
I mean,
question?
don't get me wrong.
It's
I mean,
low.
Henry was a member of the. Well, maybe they helped him. Ever heard of the Golden Ravens?
Yes.
Yes. They
Oh,
had
no.
a friend of ours.
I don't.
Oh. So, we know that Henry didn't like me being with his woman, even though we weren't like that. If I had hands, they'd do this. Instead,
Because
my
that was
eyes
His
stalk.
eyeballs are doing this. That'd be funny.
Instead, my eye stalks, which are basically tentacles now. He stole your necklace, Elise. Was able to pull me out of it, and then put me in that chamber and hide me away. But why keep us alive? That's the part I don't understand.
Components.
Maybe
It looks
still
like he
loves
was
her.
harvesting you.
Well, he clearly took my smaller eyes, but I just don't understand why you keep us alive. It doesn't make any sense.
He might have died before he finished you off.
Doesn't she see into the future?
Oh, well, yes, she used to with me.
Well,
You,
can't she tell why he
conduit for her?
kept you
Yes,
here?
I was her conduit. That's how we
So,
worked together.
did she come out of his mind? Because before she said that she was helping him because he came out of a dream that she was doing for her employment
So-
as a soothsayer. So
Yeah, well, my kind, we are born of dreams and nightmares. And sometimes in the planes that we exist in, depending on where we are from, determines how we can be found. And when we're found, we're born, depending on what plane accepts us. She realized that the person that she was helping was not actually possessed, but instead, at some point, we crossed paths somehow. She extracted me from her dreams or nightmares, I don't know, depending on your point of view. And we became fast friends. She raised me, gave me purpose, and I've helped her solve riddles and challenges and other problems that people would bring to her.
So she still had the gift before she met you, but
Yes.
you made it stronger.
I think I did make it stronger.
So if we look at this room like a puzzle, how do we solve it?
Well, it feels like a puzzle with a dead end. It feels like we're not meant to leave. Well, I wasn't meant to be found. But the one thing I know is that the sense of permanency in magic is not possible. Now, you guys filling them in on Henry at all?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We've said
Okay.
he's dead. He's a ghost.
So here's the deal. So Henry steals the necklace from you, replaces it with some fake,
That would appear to be correct.
traps him, turns you to stone, drags you down here, and leaves you in here. Why didn't he want you doing what you were doing?
I don't know.
And what happens?
He never really got involved in my activities before.
What did you tell him that might have caused him to start thinking that way? What was the last things you
perhaps
discussed
it was our fight.
about?
Fighting about.
We were fighting about an expedition that he was supposed to go on.
To where?
Somewhere very far west of the
Ring
lands.
Fam ruins?
No, that's north.
you know where I bet it is? It's probably where that guy.
You mean a
that we
different
unleashed
continent?
No, I don't think so.
was.
Why did you mention the ravens? What's
I wanted to check out the obelisk and
Okay.
investigate it.
Okay.
I rolled 19 plus 2, so 21.
21.
To
Okay.
see if there's like any like letters that are out of place or
Okay.
something like that.
Was it near Shahi?
don't know names. He just
Yeah.
said that it was some expedition on the far west.
For what?
Something to do with some kind of mysterious element that the Golden Ravens were looking for. I don't know precisely what.
Oh,
They're looking
he was
for-
the same.
they were
Oh,
looking
I can't
for
say
your
that wasn't there.
orbs.
Never mind. I know now. Okay, I see what's going on.
They were looking for you.
Yeah.
No,
Or someone like you.
Me?
No, it's a
Before us.
four.
Looking
No.
for Jerry.
No, the
Before us.
big giant
Oh.
certain crystal.
Mhm.
You know what I'm. Do you see where it's going?
The big ass crystal?
No.
Oh, no.
Well, it can't be the UFO because the timeline's not. Well, it could be the UFO,
That's what I'm saying.
but maybe not necessarily the creature that was trapped in it because the timeline.
I'm not. Jerry's not there, so I can't say
I
anything.
know.
But I know exactly who got sent where and what they did.
Feels connected, at least to some of those that were 1, 2 of you that were involved.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look at my notes.
Hi,
Ivar, come here and whisper in my ear.
You can met it. It's in her notes.
Okay. We found the guy in the stasis.
Mhm.
He was in stasis for how many years?
That's what I said. He was 50 years.
50?
So he's the one that they sent to go look for the special rocks. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And we go down in the mines, and it wasn't the special rocks. It was the ship that blew up.
Mm-hmm.
We let him go. That's him.
But-
That's
Henry?
what's his name?
Henry?
No.
No.
Henry's a ghost.
That's not Henry. That's who
Oh,
who
the
got sent
Golden-
on the mission
oh.
for the Golden Ravens.
the golden.
That was
Raven.
only 50
But that was
years ago.
Henry.
It's his grandpa.
They got into an argument about him wanting to go on an expedition to
Yeah.
look for something for the
Right.
Golden Ravens.
Right.
But that was almost
He
500
didn't go. Henry didn't go.
Or he did.
He died.
Or he went and he died, but the other person that went with him was the other guy that was
No,
in
this-
stasis.
It's a good chance
His name
that
was Rumbles.
he was married 3 times, and
That would make sense.
this would not be one of his marriages because it was a fiance. We don't know if she was before or after those marriages.
Ow.
Was Henry ever married before you?
That would be.
I'm getting a timeline.
Yeah.
It's gonna matter. So hold on a second.
Alicia, was Henry ever married before you?
Not that he mentioned.
Right.
He was very young too. I can't imagine he was.
Yeah, so it's
So,
unlikely that he died on the expedition because he lived
He was
on to
already
have,
married 3 times.
He lived on to have 3 marriages afterwards.
Yeah.
Currently, there's a corpse
Well,
horse
whoever
riding
was-
with the other one.
Well, whoever we released it was on that expedition for the Golden Ravens.
What was
Yeah,
his name?
he
He
was
said he
also-
was a part of them, and then he
Start with a
left.
T.
Yeah, I know.
Start with a T.
Yeah.
So as you hear them chatting and going back and forth and talking with Matthias and everybody,
Go way, way back.
and they're trying to
I know.
seem to be having it
Trendo.
covered.
Yeah.
Trendo.
Trendo.
That was the
Trend-
wizard's name.
You begin to realize that each side of the obelisk has a unique set of writing. Each set of writing seems to trigger the idea of teleportation. Or
I'll help her with the
teleporting.
if she doesn't know Abyssal. Do you know Abyssal? All right, I'll help her with
I've
that.
ever-
We'll get together and do it.
History for it, but should I
Yeah.
see if I actually know?
So based on the way Zephora has described the lettering to you, and as you kind of like read and try to figure out things, now give me an Arcana check with advantage because Zephora's been helping you.
He was only 40 years in the in
15?
case.
15.
Hmm.
There's something.
How many expeditions did they send there, though?
There's something about this obelisk
Maybe he lied to us.
that feels like it's designed to interact somehow. Not entirely sure, but definitely feels like it has teleportation function.
Is there any way to manipulate it? Levers, buttons.
Would it by chance have like line layers, like you can turn it or something, or
You push on one of the glyphs.
Mhm.
Give me a strength check as you kind of push it on the glyph.
And as I see her doing this, and I'm going to check for traps.
Okay, give me investigation.
I'll stand back.
so much love?
12.
12. Okay.
19.
19. Suddenly, all of you hear a grind and a click sound as you see Bella over on one side of the panel. She pushes in on one of the glyphs, and the glyph actually gets pushed in. You watch as the obelisk drops 5 feet.
Okay. Let's run back to the
Entrance.
see. I'm running back to the entrance.
Okay.
I
Get
think
there.
this is.
Is
No
Willis
difference.
still there?
No, I think this is. We have to go. We're gonna look. You have to look for other glyphs. What glyph can I discern, like with the abyssal and all that?
Yeah, the first glyph she pushed in on
Mm,
is abyssal for element.
okay. Is there like earth, air, fire, water on there also?
They are there, but they're spelled out in different ways. But you
Okay.
could see another glyph that says earth. You see another glyph that says air, and another glyph that says water.
Oh
Dude,
man,
that-
we grabbed a hand or a
And right
fish,
below the glyph she pushed in,
Mhm.
it says fire.
and we never did anything with it.
All right. I'll push on. Oh no. Okay, push on this one. I'll back up.
Which one do you point to?
Earth.
Earth?
Mm.
I'm gonna be like, "Ah!" My arms are tired.
Actually, no, I'll do it because you can heal me.
Can
if
she
anything happens.
push with her tentacles onto the glyphs?
I don't know
Or
what
the-
tentacles.
She's throwing
Tentacles.
with her roots. Can you push with
I
your
don't
roots onto
want to
the?
be anywhere near.
You racist! You plant racist!
Because if she loses a root,
Grow back.
I'll push it in and see what happens.
The earth one?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Which one do we
Now,
push first?
do I?
Element.
If I walk around, is when she pushed that one in? Did anything come out like on the other
Give me a
side?
perception check.
So
Is there
18.
only- there's only one obelisk, right?
Mhm. You notice that about 15 feet up,
Uh-huh.
there's a protruded word that wasn't sticking out before.
What's the word?
Motion. In
am
abyssal.
I still up there on the chain? I didn't think about that.
You could come back down and join the party if you want.
But if I saw that pop out,
The obelisk, from your vantage point,
It's in another
give me a
room.
perception check from up there. Well, the obelisk is in the prison room.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, yeah, that's right. We had to go in there.
Yeah, we all had to go back because
I run back.
10.
Same. No change.
Okay.
10.
10. Hard to tell from that height.
Okay, so
she pushed in fire, and on the other side,
it said movement.
something movement.
No, she pushed in element.
Oh, she pushed an element, but underneath it says fire.
Correct.
So,
There's lots of other words in abyssal
uh-huh.
on the obelisk. Right now,
But it's not the element itself that changed. It was just the name,
the word,
The word.
the abyssal translation for element is the one that pushed in.
He also said the obelisk started to sink.
It came down 5 feet once you pushed it in. Wait.
Okay. If I try to push the movement, does it reverse it?
Well, it's
All the
15
way-
feet up.
All the way to the top of the
Okay.
You gonna scamper up there and try?
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
need
Give me acrobatics.
Do you need? I'm gonna grow.
Oh well,
vines.
if you
I'm gonna grow
do,
vines for her to climb.
okay,
up.
that's easy.
Okay.
You don't
that
need to
makes
check
it
then.
easier.
She just laces it with vines and
Okay.
allows you to kind of ladder climb it up. And as you push on, move the word, the abyssal translation for movement,
Hmm.
you push it in. You feel the obelisk begin to grind.
Falls off of that.
Drops another 10 feet. The movement and element fall into the interior of the obelisk. Sounds like the obelisk might be hollow.
Okay, so now I'll
Look
try
inside.
it. I'll try some of the other runes and see if that pops up.
Can I look inside where they
So
fell
I'll
in?
try the earth again.
There's a very thin, like, opening, maybe only about 6 inches around. It seems to fall down into a larger interior at the base of the obelisk.
There's something underneath it? Another room?
Hard to tell.
So I'm gonna try the
Pickaxe.
earth element.
Push it on Earth again.
Yeah, let's see if that works.
Doesn't budge.
Air.
Air slightly elevated.
I'll use her.
Yeah, it doesn't budge.
Okay,
Water?
so it's not
Water,
the
then.
element. No, it's not the element itself. It's the name.
The
If there,
element.
we need to look for. We've already got
Element.
element,
Movement.
movement.
hmm
Now we need to look for like
Okay, I'll look for other.
location or pressure or something
I'll
like
look
that.
for other glyphs than that might.
Okay, you start looking around at the other translations of
Right.
words to see if there's anything that's closer to the fact that she pushed element and then
So I've
movement.
basically looked at all the elements.
And it
we-
seemed like
we
the
pushed the right
element
one.
one seemed to trigger the obelisk,
Right.
and then motion seemed to cause it to shift and
Right.
move.
The element.
So now I'm
Um,
looking for other glyphs that don't have to do with
Was it
elements.
motion or movement?
Or movement,
Yeah, movement. Yeah.
which seemed to be abyssal movement, allowed the obelisk to shift
To
and
shift.
pivot.
We need to look for something that says open. Or
Says- Give me
translate
Give me perception
to
as you
open.
start looking at the other abyssal glyphs.
Nat 20.
Whoa.
There is an abyssal glyph for ascension.
Okay,
Oh.
I'll push that.
You feel the obelisk
Open.
for all the sides of the obelisk. It drops another 10 feet. So it's only like 8 feet tall when it drops down into the base of the podium. And then all the four sides flower open.
I get out of the way.
And in the center of the obelisk is about a 8-foot diameter circle with a crystal at the base of it that's now pulsing a soft white light.
That looks familiar.
It does.
I'm gonna go grab it.
There's nothing to grab. It's in the ground.
It's in the ground.
I'm gonna.
No, it's like it is the ground.
Oh.
It'd
Okay,
be like
so
standing on a teleporter in Star Trek.
Okay, so it's really big.
Yeah.
so
It's
not quite.
it's 8 feet around
Oh, okay.
and it's submerged into the floor, and it's currently a white crystal floor section that
Okay, so
let's
I
all
was
get on
imagining
it.
like a
It's gonna send us
another, like,
someplace.
a circle
Right,
thing with
yeah,
it
it's
just
gonna teleport us somewhere.
No.
For
probably an
everybody who's in
elemental
the
Is
other
it big
room.
enough for Matthias to get onto? With us?
not really.
You can float.
Bye, Matthias. We'll come and get. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, well then, do you want to do part of the party and then the other part?
Yeah.
Well,
I'll go.
how big around is it? 8 foot?
8 feet.
8 feet around.
We can't just all sit on it and have Matthias float over the top of us.
It does like float above.
Or is he bigger than 8 foot?
He's pretty good size. He's probably 12 feet around.
Okay.
Just hold on to his hands.
So-
His tendons.
I ain't got no fucking hands.
Well, look, you've been down
Quit
here
being
500.
humanist.
You've been down here 500 years. What's a few more hours, right? We'll try to come and get you out.
Well, she's not leaving. She's staying with me.
Fine.
No.
You
So
guys
who's
can
stepping
follow
on
us.
the crystal first? So as all of you guys are talking about this, you watch Will just goes, "Oh, this is." She's gone.
Is it still pulsing?
I did want to say before I walked on it, but okay, I'm going on this, guys. If I don't come back within the next 20 seconds, I'm either dead or I can't come back.
20 seconds. That's great.
Oh, well, that'll.
So what you're saying is win-win. You guys watch as like Will just strolls onto it after saying that.
Don't you want to write your report? I guess not.
You
Is it still
immediately feel just this intense flash, and you tumble into an open space. Looks familiar to you. You look around. you realize you're in the main room of the shack.
Oh, it is a teleport.
Right. Is there a way back?
You look around.
So one more
Give
teleport.
me investigation as you look around to figure out where you came from.
So instead of the magnificent mansion, it's the magnificent shack.
Well, you know what I
That
mean.
is.
No, but it's the magnificent
It
shack.
is.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. DC was a 20. You could see a familiar looking necklace hanging on a jewelry stand on a dresser drawer.
Cool.
Motherfucker.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
pick
Grumbles
it
is gonna get it so bad. I wanted to kill him
Fuck
from
it.
the get go.
Stick it in one of your tree knots.
You have a bellyache.
Do not eat it. Do not eat it.
So
Stick
it's
it
been
in your
20
mouth.
seconds for the rest of you.
Right.
She's either
And no
dead
sign
or
of her
can't
yet.
come back.
Okay. I'm grabbing the necklace
going
and then I'm
next
exiting the shack.
With Ivory.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
okay.
as you grab the necklace, you're looking around in this room. You come out the doorway and you realize you're up on that second level of the walkway that looks down into the atrium below, like the giant foyer of the entrance.
Mhm.
You can even see that the door is partially open. Like it's been partially left open. And as you stand there, you look to see Jade come tumbling out of the necklace. Just falls right out of it.
Oh, we're in
Onto the ground.
necklace.
Out of the necklace.
Yes.
I think we.
You're
called
now
that.
lying on the ground,
I think I called
looking
it
up at Willa. And
Don't have
in
you
one of her
minutes.
roots, she's holding a necklace and looking down at you with this like startled expression.
Couldn't come back. Sorry.
Well, let me see that.
It's been another 20 seconds and Jade hasn't come back yet.
Well, Ivory followed.
Oh wait,
Comes
Oh.
tumbling out of it.
I'll wait and go with the woman in the
I'm gonna
beholder.
try and
Okay.
what did she do? She held it and went.
Nice.
So I'm gonna say I'm holding it. And I mean, what would
Take us
Out?
back.
You can always break it. That might.
What are you?
Oh.
Oh,
Poor Ivar's like,
people to kill, Grumbles.
Willa.
Maybe
Willa.
release or retrieve.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you're holding the necklace.
Does it say anything?
Willa's next to you, Ivory's next to you, and then you guys are up on the overlook down into the giant foyer of the
I'm trying to
the
look and see if there's any.
usually
Yeah.
containment
on it.
necklaces, if they're destroyed, like it releases things though.
How do you know that?
That's why I wanted to roll an
Probably
arcana before,
just
but you wouldn't
means-
let me. That's meta knowledge.
It probably just needs
There ain't no meta with this guy. Okay, let me just tell you right now.
Just need
No
to-
magic item in the entire books. He makes his own shit.
So you decide to follow
Scary, yeah.
Ivory as she
Diagon Alley.
you like step onto the crystal platform.
There's
And
no place like home.
Yeah, and Marrow comes tumbling onto the landing. And there you're staring at Willa and Jade and Ivory. You actually don't have a memory of this place because you didn't come in. You were actually working in the main room before. So this is a new
You were
location
setting up
for
your
you.
bedroom.
You were
Oh,
you
I
were
haven't been in this
remodeling
room?
your room.
Okay, because I know I took furniture out of the
Out of
mansion.
the downstairs.
Yeah,
No,
downstairs
downstairs.
there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
out of the
Oh,
downstairs.
okay, so
yeah,
this was the downstairs part of it.
This is the upstairs.
you're right. So as you stand up, look down, now you can see the foyer where you took furniture out of the main entrance of the shack,
Oh.
as far as you can remember.
Well, do you no good?
So Bella, Scarlet, Matthias, and Elise are the only ones left still. It's been at least a solid couple minutes since the other four have left.
If Matthias comes out, can he exit the mansion's doors?
Oh.
That's why I was heading outside actually.
Okay, let's get outside.
No, I
So I don't want
heard.
him to get stuck inside the mansion.
I was actually gonna see if I could re-dig up the thing and see if it brought it back up. Like reopen the door
Those are
from the.
Minty.
Spicy.
minty.
Oh, I thought they'd be cinnamony.
No,
No.
mint.
They're mint. Oh no, I'm good. Thank
You
you.
know, if a mint tastes like cinnamon, there's a
Oh,
problem.
I have done that.
No, it's
I've
tea
soaked-
tree oil, actually.
I've soaked them in cinnamon on my own. Oh my god, they're so good.
Mint and cinnamon.
I remember those
No,
days.
just
Eat so many of them, you
seeds.
get blisters.
Oh, well,
Right,
that's
so
healthy.
we're
So as
the necklace.
the four of you head downstairs because you're there
surreptitiously
too, right?
holding the necklace.
Oh no,
No.
you're still back there
No.
with them.
Is
That's
there
Yeah.
right.
any more treasure on that nightstand?
Oh, you want to take the time to investigate?
I do point out that that's where I got it.
See if
But
there's
she
any more
points
treasure.
back into the bedroom that she had walked out of.
We're gonna have to go back there. Marrow, go see if there's more treasure.
I can take the necklace out if you want to investigate
No, I'll
more.
take the necklace out. You can investigate.
Okay, I will use my
Fucker.
+2 in
That's her way of saying,
investigation.
I don't trust you, Willa.
I found the necklace.
She just side-eyed you.
I'll come out.
You've so
Okay, as you guys are going back and forth about what to do next, Zephora and Bella, you watch as Scarlet steps on. There's a like a flash, and then you guys watch as Scarlet comes tumbling
Okay,
out
We're on stairs.
of the necklace. So you're going outside with the necklace. What are you doing, Meryl?
I was told to investigate for treasures.
So Mara and Willa, you're going to be investigating the room further.
I guess I'll take another look. I mean, we've been in here before, but yeah. I'll look.
I don't think we went in.
Not the bedroom.
Not in the
Okay.
bedroom.
No, you guys were down below.
Yeah.
Because there were other
And
like
we investigated the
stairwells and other
library that
rooms
only
that
gave you the
existed
one
in the
book.
space.
Oh my goodness, I can't do it.
Too spicy?
It's not the mint, it's the tea tree.
Oh.
Mm.
Does it give
So,
you restless?
Should we roll?
No.
Does it give you pause?
you just don't like the taste.
Oh,
Should we
the
roll?
reason I'm glad I didn't take that because I'm allergic to tea tree.
You had one before.
Mm-mm. No, I did. I was the one that had it. Yeah.
Oh God.
So
You
you
guys
can
are
have
watch
the tree and you
watch
can have
Carlos'
nuts.
face. Just...
No, it's peanut oil flavor. Oh.
Yeah, oil flavor.
Okay.
All the benefits of peanut oil without
say
actually
so.
peanut.
Once
Oh
everyone,
God. We
once
gotta help
everyone
you.
gets out, are they gonna follow?
Are we rolling for?
Well, you guys
Yeah,
will
you
like
two give me
search everything,
investigation
and,
as you're
and this
searching
has
the
been
room.
like 20 seconds.
No, it's been longer than
You're
that
already
now.
running around.
Yeah, it's been a little bit longer than that, but you're heading out front, right? So 18. Mara, what'd you get?
A 17.
17. So as you guys search this room, Ivory and Jade head out the front door. Scarlet, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get my bearings back up because I just fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't fall. I caught you. I caught you.
No, they didn't.
We'll say you come tumbling out as she
I
gets to the
caught
bottom of the stairs. So you recognize this chamber, this huge room, as part of what was in the shack. You look up to see Willa and Marrow disappear into a room, and you and Jade are right by an open door that leads out into the grounds.
I'm gonna go back up the stairs and
And I'm
'cause
gonna
I'm
look
gonna figure out where I just came from.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna. As she heads up, I'm saying they're searching that room for more treasure. See if we can find more.
Okay.
Done.
So you head out. You step through. Crickets. It's nighttime. It's dark.
And it was daytime when we left.
Uh-huh.
How long were we in there? How long did it seem like we were in
5
5 hours?
I mean, probably felt like you were in there for a couple hours.
there? Okay. And it was
It was like mid-morning,
mid-morning.
like late after or early afternoon when you initially entered.
Okay.
I'm going to ask something of when they're done. I want to ask the beholder.
Does our house look like it's the stuff that we've changed on it? It looks like our house, or does it look like
It feels it's still winter, right? Well, it's it's the beginning of fall
Beginning
at
of
this point,
non-winter?
the end of spring and wait, we're in the end of summer, beginning of fall right now.
No, we were at the end of winter.
We're at the end of winter?
Remember,
we were at the end of
that's
winter.
why we were leaving.
shit was melting?
Oh, that's right, you guys. We're actually in spring. That's right. We're in
Because the
spring.
festival was happening.
It's the tail end of winter
Yeah,
and
there
then the
was a festival
beginning
that
of
was about-
spring.
there was a
That's
festival that
right.
was about to start.
The
Yeah.
winter market was
We're waiting
in
for
the
the winter market.
That's right. So you can tell I run like 8 other timelines.
Right.
So as you stand there looking around, it still feels cold, but still feels
I'd better not have missed the winter market.
I mean, the moon's pretty high up in the air.
Mhm.
Everything looks the way you left it,
Mhm.
with 2 exceptions. One, it feels like you've been gone about maybe 12 hours.
Okay.
So it feels like that 2 a.m.-ish to 3 a.m.-ish time. And there is no sign of the cemetery anymore. It's just a blank patch of dirt when you look over in that area.
Has to dig his grave all over again.
As far as you can tell, there's no sign of grumbles. There's no sign of any groundskeepers. There's no sign of Henry. from just immediately looking around. You don't see any sign. You do see a lantern moving in the darkness, and you see the captain of your guard immediately recognizes you.
Okay. So we're back on our
Jay?
phone line.
Is that you?
Yes.
Oh,
What time is it?
it's very late. What are you doing out?
We just got back.
Back from where? We weren't aware you left. Last I remember, you and everyone else was digging out in the back of the garden area.
The guard.
Well, with the graveyard. Hey, look. Where'd the graveyard go?
Yeah. We may have missed.
By the way, have you seen Grumbles? I've been looking for him all day. I haven't been able to find him.
Last I saw him was in the graveyard. I'm wondering if he is.
Is everybody else
wherever
with
the
you?
Graveyard is. I think so.
As she holds the necklace that has the
And he's
rest of
like
the
holding the
people on it.
lantern. I'm gonna go keep looking on the grounds.
Yeah. I don't.
Did the priest
Something-
come out at some point?
Huh?
I'm wondering
Does the
if they
priest
were
come
in the
out at some
graveyard.
point?
I
in
know,
the
the
conversation?
Not yet. He's still kind of like in awe of
Yeah.
everything that's kind of going on at this point. So Ernesto just kind of tells you he's going to keep looking on the grounds and see what he can find.
Okay. Let me know.
Yeah, I'll go wake some of the staff then.
He
And
knows
you-
what she gets there.
Where the graveyard was, it's just, is it like grass?
It
or
is
it
smooth
smooth dirt?
dirt.
Smooth dirt.
So
Yeah.
it's like
All
it
the
was-
tombstones are gone.
Uh-huh.
All the effigies that were there
And
are
it's not even
gone.
grass.
It's not even grass. It's just smooth dirt.
Interesting.
Like it's been teleported somewhere else.
Planar shifted somewhere else.
Hmm.
Oh darn!
I
Grumbles and Henry are in like Avernus.
That's too good for them.
So far as like, I want him to pay.
I'm not there yet, so I don't know.
As you're standing outside, Philip comes tumbling out.
Oh, Philip, welcome back. And I help him up.
Yeah. Wow.
It's late. You probably want to go home and go to sleep and remember to forget this all happened. I will not be filing a report.
He kind of releases your hand, looks around, and he's just kind of looking around as he stumbles out the main gateway and out onto the road. And you just can hear his sandals just diminishing in the background as he's getting further and further
Get me
away.
the heck out of
4 a.m. going to the temple to make sure I do my report. No.
Like, a vendor? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bella and Zephora,
Oh, Zephora, you should go first. I mean, Grumbles might be getting away.
No, that's all right.
as Bella reaches out and pushes the one button she can see. Well, where did everybody go?
Well,
We're gonna find out. Are you going with us?
the
Can
priest
I-
already went, so maybe you should go
Sure.
next.
Can I
Oh.
cast message at the necklace and say, Bella, go through the portal. Have everyone go through the portal and see if it gets there.
It feels like whoever you're connecting with are very far away. Very far away.
So close and yet so far.
So what do you, Scarlet? You could hear Morrow and Willa examining that one room that they're in. And as you stand there, power fluctuation. As you stand there, you realize there's sets of stairs that go up and up and up.
Could be like
So there's clearly more stairs that go up to more space and more rooms up above. Originally, you guys just kind of examined that first floor entry that you came in.
I'm gonna check for traps first.
Okay, give me investigation. You two
Trying to-
find clothes.
12.
Okay. You find, you and Willa find clothes. You find a hairbrush, shoes, a closet full of like robes and finery, dresser drawer full of like kind of both low end and medium end jewelry.
Does it
Um,
still feel like dank and unhappy?
I'm gonna put all the jewelry on like I see people do, but it's obviously way too much. Like
Yeah.
too many necklaces.
Yeah, you look like a chandelier.
Yeah. It's like this is how people wear their finery, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just putting
Like
it
a toddler
all on.
wearing all of mom's.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Pretty much. I mean, this feels like you're in someone's bedroom, but it's all it all feels feminine. It's like all female clothing, female jewelry,
The fiance.
all of that.
Stole all of Elise's jewelry.
Yes, Scarlett.
Yeah, but if this is
do
gonna
do
collapse,
I
we need
look
to get it all
like
out.
how the people look fancy?
I'm still.
I think I'm
I'm
gonna
up,
stay
I'm
on
up
that.
there. I'm
Okay.
up one more.
I think I'm
tier.
not going to go up there.
Oh, why not?
Yeah,
I
you
look
be asking tomorrow.
Quite a silly place, isn't it?
You don't even know.
Let's not go there. It's quite silly.
When you go up there, just go.
Oh, are you sure?
Go for it.
Tell me something, though. Tell me about Grumbles.
Oh, Grumbles. I mean,
Is he powerful?
no, I don't think so. He just did a lot of the work for Henry, like took care of the grounds, cooked his
Igor.
I
meals,
knew he was a little
Fetched.
worm.
fetched his parcels, and went into the market to buy things when he needed them.
Grumbles.
At least that's what I
Igor.
remember
He knows
seeing
all the
through
master's things.
Her necklace when she had me in it. 'Cause I could see everything outside. I just couldn't interact with it until she called me out of the necklace.
What about you? I'm talking to
Oh.
her.
So she has to leave.
I remember
Grumbles put us in the necklace, I'm sure.
I remember Grumbles explicitly. He did chores. He always made a good breakfast for when I stayed over at Henry's. I don't know what you mean. Why he didn't seem like he had any power.
Some people that have power hide it very well.
Oh,
Why would he
You
still be
said Henry
alive
was dead.
500 years?
right? You said
Yeah.
Henry was dead.
Dead.
Like,
He's very
how
much
did
a
you?
ghost.
Oh, he's
Henry's
a
a
ghost.
Yes. He's a ghost at her house currently.
Oh, are you aware that ghosts can possess people?
Oh, well, Grumbles, I've kicked him a few times. He's real.
It's possible Henry possessed Grumbles, but Grumbles would be dead. Grumbles is almost 500 years old. How could he still be alive?
I don't know. He doesn't live in this.
Thing.
This.
What thing?
Oh, there's a shack up there, but it's actually a mansion.
I don't remember Henry ever working in anything like that.
Well,
We could talk about more of this over maybe possibly dinner.
You first. He watches Matthias shoves Elise onto the platform. She goes, "No, wait, what?" She like flash of light, and then outside onto the ground.
Oh, welcome back. Come on now. I made sure that
Your
we're
turn
out in the
next,
open
big
so
boy.
the guys can come through.
Oh, this looks very different.
Look,
I'm
the
helping
priest
her
went,
up.
you should go.
And you kind of stand her up. That leaves Bella, Matthias, and Zephora still
go ahead,
inside the
go ahead,
obelisk.
Matthias.
Are you sure?
I only barely know you, and the last time we'd had any interactions, we were stabbing and biting each other. So I would have to say, I don't want you at my back.
While they're talking,
Nothing
I'm just
personal.
gonna jump.
I don't want you at my back.
There's this flash of light, and the two of you look around. Bella's gone.
Doesn't she smell?
And then,
delicious?
as you're helping up Elise,
Hi, Bella. I help Bella up. Are they coming?
They're talking. Apparently, I taste delicious from what I last heard.
so Elise realizes
Smell.
what you're holding, and she immediately jumps. You have to give me that now, quickly. As you give it to her, she puts it on, and she goes into like yeah, she goes into like a quick meditative state. Back in where you and Matthias are,
Mm.
you could hear Elise's voice.
Time to come out now.
Matthias, I have the necklace again. I don't know how he did it, but it was linked to the chamber that you're in, and somehow he modified it. You must inform our friend Zephora she has to come through first. The necklace is anchored to you. If you come out without me allowing you out, or without Henry allowing you out, which I think he controls the necklace now, it would
Can I
keep
hear her?
anybody prison.
Can I hear her, or is she?
No, she's doing it through psychic.
Fine.
It would
I had a feeling
it would
something like that was
destroy
gonna happen.
itself, and anybody left behind would be trapped forever. I fear this might be another barrier of his. That's
Do
what
I
you
hear it too?
Oh yeah, you both
Oh.
hear it because it echoes
Echoing
throughout the
throughout the
interior
chamber.
of the chamber.
Is my bullshit meter going off? Let's see if my bullshit
Yeah,
meter's going
make an
off.
insight check.
Insight.
Oh no, Zephora's going to die.
Again.
That's such a shame.
I have the insight of an ant. Okay. I'll just say, all right, I'll go.
Flash a light, and there comes Sephora, dropping. But this time, because she's bearing the necklace, it's more of a controlled arc of light that kind of sets Sephora onto the ground. And then you hear Alicia go, oh, I'm not going to have Matthias leave yet.
Okay, it might be scary to our neighbors.
Well, I just feel like this is defense after defense after defense.
Well, hold her.
All right,
You look
more
like a normal
scary.
person.
It might still
Oh,
try.
well, I'll give him that. The holders are a little bit,
All right,
a slightly more scary looking than you.
Probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. I don't see Henry or Grumbles.
Grumbles!
You hear
I
Sephora
storm off
just
into the-
yell
So,
out.
Zephora, like, it's 2
Eventually,
o'clock in
you
the
watch
morning.
as lights start coming on
Oh,
the main
Grumble!
house.
I'm
Staff
screaming
are
it.
now pouring out of the house and lanterns being held up. Ernesto's got at least 2 of the other staff kind of like following him, and eventually they come kind of heavy breathing, waddling over. Can't find him. Can't find him anywhere.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
No sign of Henry either.
And our graveyard disappeared.
Well, sort of.
Where's it
What do you
at?
mean, sort of?
Well, when I went and checked on it, it still has the impressions of where everything was. It's almost like it got picked up and it was just, I don't know how to describe it. You can see where everything was.
Yeah.
It's just none of it's there anymore.
Do you think the bodies are still there?
Do you want to dig him?
Well, he just barely
Alright,
got
yeah.
done digging his hole. I was going to kick him in.
Is the hole still there?
No, it's all perfectly backfilled and even, and it's just dirt.
Okay, but he just said the impressions were still there.
And the impressions were all the gravestones and everything. They're there, but it's still like a flat surface.
Okay.
Like almost
somebody
like-
just went,
Like almost like someone, well, who's over there looking?
I'm still getting jewelry on you.
Yep, you're upstairs, you're upstairs, you're upstairs.
I'm looking
of
for
us
Bella's
are
there,
Grumbles.
Sephora's there, you're there. Elisa's
Grumbles
there.
isn't around, then I'll go over to the graveyard where I last saw him to see
Okay.
where he was digging.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it over that area.
So in that section, you realize that there's. Give me an Arcana check as you
I mean-
examine the space.
Arcana check. Come on, baby.
Papa needs a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, Papa needs a new pair of shoes.
11.
11.
Best you can tell, it's almost like someone used a spell called Mold Earth and kind of
Covered it up.
shifted and like
Mixed it all up.
yeah, and just like evened it out.
Is there like Grumble's hand sticking out like this or anything like, or a foot or a heel? No? All right.
His ass is just like
Yeah,
pressed
just
into
stuck
the-
up above the ground like this.
Just 2 little.
So we can all come over for a cold one.
No, even worse. Like
But
the
I'm
spiders are eating.
What'd you get for your investigation?
12.
12.
Spiders just pulling the train on.
No traps that you can see. As far as you can tell, it's not
Are
trapped.
the spiders gone?
Stairwells
for the love
look
of God.
functional.
For the love of the gods, is the spiders gone? Perhaps too? Were they molded into the earth?
Pop into the closest room to me just to kind of check and see what's going on.
Okay. You open up the door and you look in. It looks like another bedroom.
Masculine or feminine?
Feminine.
Same looking room as below?
Nope.
Oh, I know we need to check
Okay.
his laboratory.
Uh-huh.
You only find fecal matter there.
All right, I go to the next floor.
What are you talking
Up the
about?
stairs, up to the next one.
Is there a potion we can give her or something?
Open up the door, look inside.
Is
Looks
there
like another
only-
bedroom.
Is there only one bedroom per level?
Seems so. If you were there, I could say yes.
How many levels?
It looks to be 4 levels.
You make
All
good
right, I go
vine
to the
ladders. I
very
will give you
top.
that.
Level.
Okay.
Oh,
Make your way up. And
I'm just
Single
commenting
door.
to
Okay.
myself.
another bedroom.
Still feminine?
Nope, all masculine. So you have 3
Investigate.
bedrooms for females and then a masculine bedroom.
Okay. This one I want to investigate.
Okay, give me an investigation check. You start poking around.
I'm gonna have take what's her face back into the mansion
Ooh,
with the
8.
Elise.
Okay.
Yeah.
can we dispel the?
Who's doing it? You are? Okay.
Say let's go find the rest of the group
Okay.
while they investigate the grounds.
Okay.
So come on.
So
they're
Morrow,
in this shack.
Willa, and Scarlet are inside the shack. The entire staff is searching the grounds at this point, still
Right.
continuing to look for any sign of Grumbles. No sign yet.
He could be inside the mansion.
What'd you get? An 8? I mean, does it? The only difference is it's like masculine clothing. Wizard's attire would be a great way to describe it. A lot of robes and kind of like long flowing tunics and pants and kind of too high boots and just, I would say the only thing that looks a little strange or out of place is like a big bird stand. Like there's this bird stand with no bird on it. There's a bed, dresser
golden raven?
drawers. I mean, there's nothing on it. I mean,
Is
it's
there
hard to
symbols
know.
of golden ravens or
Is there old feathers resting in the bottom of the cage?
There's no cage. It's just the stand.
Oh, just the stand.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just like
Okay.
a stand
Oh,
that
I see.
someone's
Like-
bird would sit on top of.
Kind of like a really tall cane. Kind of.
no?
Aw.
Because it's
No.
It's like that tea thing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
It's the
Is
bird stand.
there a window that looks out on anything?
Nope, no windows. Completely windowless
And no
interior.
door.
And only one way out. Of course. There's always my way.
all right.
I don't know. I have a really bad suspicion about this room. I kind of want to do a deeper delve into the room itself.
Okay, get a little bit more
trash it.
detailed. And give me another investigation
Open
check as
everything,
you get
rip into carpets.
more and more into it. Willa and Mara, what are you doing at this point? You can. Did you let them know you've gone up to the other
No.
floors? Okay,
17.
17. What are you
So-
two doing?
I've got all this jewelry on me.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be looking for treasure, so
As far as you're concerned, you struck it rich.
yeah. So I'm gonna, I guess, move on. I'm gonna go find James. Like I found
Okay.
treasure.
Is
It's-
it costume jewelry?
It's not costume jewelry. It's just it's silvers and
Semi-precious.
semi-precious stuff. Yeah.
So basically, each bedroom was for each one of his wives.
Yep. And then his was the top.
Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking too.
No.
What are you doing, Mara?
I want to look around the bedroom, looking for if I can find out anything about the occupants of it, whether they have like a journal or
Let me give you a perception check as you've pretty much thoroughly investigated the room, but now you begin to just kind of stand there and kind of look about. See if there's something you missed.
15.
15. Looking around. The only thing that's weird is that there's nothing really on the walls. The walls are almost just these kind of blasé tapestries. And you kind of, that's when you finally move one of the tapestries, and there's a painting behind it. And it's a painting of Elise.
Of who? Of
Elise.
Elise. Okay.
The petrified lady.
All right.
All right.
Anything else you want to do?
I guess I can go up to the next room and kind of do the same thing, looking for.
Looking, it's
Now that
weird.
I kind of know where to look.
Some of the stuff looks a little bit different, and you can tell someone else has already been here. You haven't seen any sign of Scarlet, so maybe she was here already. You're not sure, but you go over and you move the tapestry, And it's another picture of Elise, but her hair is black.
Reincarnations?
Mm.
What color is Lisa's hair now?
Blonde.
Red and blonde.
And now you can hear somebody moving about up another level up, like 2 levels up maybe.
Elise had red and gold hair.
Yeah.
Because you are making a little bit
Yeah,
more noise
blonde,
because
gold, right.
Scarlett, you're pulling out drawers and you're seeing if furniture will move and you're looking underneath the bed and
I'm making a deep
you're like
investigation.
checking.
Cutting open pillows.
Yeah.
I
Don't
got my
forget to
dagger.
check the mattress. Don't forget to check the mattress.
Exactly.
There's always money in the mattresses.
Or
So-
potions.
As you begin to check this room even more thoroughly, you like the one thing that's weird about these rooms in general, it just suddenly dawns on you as you're checking this one. Nothing feels used. Like everything just feels like it's there.
Like
Like
it's
a
been
dollhouse.
held in stasis.
Yeah, almost like a dollhouse to a certain degree. Like it's all feels like this is all for show or for a future purpose of use.
Mhm.
You're not sure if this was intended to be used at the time it was created, almost.
Hmm. Is there any potions or arcane symbols around?
Not that you could see. Nothing specific.
Is there a portrait of Henry?
You begin to check the walls and look behind the tapestries. As you move the initial tapestry, there's a huge profile, like a landscape painting, like in orientation.
Okay.
And it's a picture of a male sitting on a couch surrounded by 3 females. The 3 females look alike, except they all have different colored hair.
Oh, he's
And you
so
swear that
nice.
the male looks a lot like the ghost figure of Henry, and each of the female figures look like Elise. But there's something strange about each one. There's a subtle difference that seems to be the hair, but there's something else weird about it.
Who's wearing the necklace?
They're all 3 wearing necklaces,
God.
but they're different. And that was the subtlety. One is where the blonde is wearing the one that you remember her wearing or
Mhm.
talking about what she wore. The other one is
No, we saw a copy. She had a copy of the necklace.
Then we found the original.
no, she had a chain with the imitated rock.
Okay. So it
So-
didn't look like the same necklace.
No, it did. It looked. It
That's
just
what I'm
it
saying,
wouldn't
she's wearing a
activate.
copy of the
Well,
necklace.
that's what I'm saying is that she does recognize the one that the blonde one is wearing.
Mhm.
But the other 2, the necklaces, while on chains, each have a different representation. One is a crescent silver like moon, and the other one is like a sun emblazoned. And then there's the one that you remember Arlise wearing, which is the rock. Which if you take
All 3 together.
all 3 together, they almost look like an emblem. They are only missing the raven.
Mother effer. Told you. Dang it.
So he used all 3 of his wives.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Have we or do we know about simulacrums in this world?
It's very rare magic. There is one particular one that was quite famous a long time ago.
So it's something we would know about.
Yeah, and his fame would have kind of brought that kind of magic into existence. Yeah.
So they could be just simulacrums of his original life. Theoretically, maybe. Just throwing that out.
What is an alacrum? I'm not familiar with that.
It's a spell that wizards can use to duplicate
Copy
themselves.
people. Yeah, copy themselves.
It has more resonance on duplicating themselves because they're the focus of the arcane.
But he's obviously
Creation.
created strange magics based on other magics based on the mansion itself. So,
I mean, considering the condition of the shack,
Mhm.
the purpose of the necklaces, the cavern that Matthias was contained in, the ability to pull off the level of subterfuge he's pulled off while in your presence over the course of the last week. The strange thing is, how does Grumbles fit into all this? It's like that is a parody to it. That seems odd.
Maybe he's the legendary blue.
I think I'll eat his arms and legs and let him live.
If you can find him.
Maybe his eyeballs too, and then just hang a cup around his neck and put him out front so I can always see him and look at him.
Even the half orcs are like, you're really violent.
Speaking, would the eyes contain magical power? Maybe that's why you cut the eyes out.
Maybe.
Yes, their eyes contain.
See any jars with eyes? Listen, they're pickled.
If you fed them to
Pickled.
Grumbles, wouldn't that keep them alive? Huh.
No, but I can't wait to make them dead because we're not there. Damn it.
Yeah. No. Hmm.
So
Okay,
what are you
I'm gonna
doing?
make my way back downstairs.
I'm starving.
Let everybody know what
You're
I'm
stress
saying.
eating in the kitchen?
Do I?
No, I'm cooking for everybody.
Okay, that's fair. Eventually, the housekeeper comes in.
I figured since everybody else is.
Yeah, everybody's awake. Did I
Look,
write?
Jade,
we do
look
have
at
a
all the
chef,
treasure
but-
I found.
Yeah.
Yeah, I come up to
'Cause
Lila
I don't want to be in the
and
shop
I
anymore.
see
I'd
all
rather
the
be
treasure on her.
in her home where it's slightly safer.
Does it actually look like anything?
I mean, give me a perception check as you kind of just take a quick look at it.
Wearing 3 pendants that look very much like them. That'd be-
Oh,
5.
I mean, it looks like
I'm sorry,
very
6.
nice, cheap jewelry, inexpensive jewelry.
Inexpensive jewelry?
Yeah.
So only like a couple gold for all of it?
I mean, collectively looking at all of it, you could probably pawn it all for 100 gold.
Jesus.
Awesome. We'll give that to Zephora.
We need
She'll be
money.
I want to keep
Trinkets.
them. They make me look more human and blend in
No.
better.
They make you
Well,
look like a Christmas
We only wear
tree.
one at a time. So we're going to take all
So
the gold.
Divinaste is now awake, helping
But I want
you in the
to keep
kitchen.
them.
She
You don't need all
rubs
of
at her
them.
eyes.
It's gonna inhibit your
Oh, my.
ability to fight.
You and your friends are up awfully early. Is
I can
everything
just keep
okay?
them.
I think we could all use some food.
No, let's share
Oh,
them.
very well. Early breakfast then.
Very large breakfast.
Sure enough.
And some tea. Calming tea.
Absolutely. Kellen, can you? Yes. Oh, and go track down Lone Fang, please. I'll probably need her help as well.
I'll help in the kitchen too.
Oh, please help away. And so the 4 of you, within like a half an hour, you're in the midst of creating breakfast at this point. The main fireplace has been lit in the main dining chamber.
I'm gonna
Your search is exhausting. You look, the portrait, now you've ripped down tapestries, you've overturned beds, pulled down chest of drawers, and you've just done that full on, just kind of, just that kind of
Deep
full
throat.
on heave ho
She's rolling the
of
room.
everything.
I'm pissed.
probably put a cup.
We don't
a
have
cup of tea
bodies to
down
roll,
for
so
her.
she's rolling the room.
Release.
I'm gonna
Put
take-
a giant coffee
I guess-
mug in front of you.
Lila and
Me?
Yeah.
Elise. We're gonna go back to the man. well, not
Coffee
the
sounds
mansion,
better than
but
tea.
The house.
It's like a
Okay.
Elise,
coffee.
does this place look at all familiar to you?
Yes, this looks like Henry's place.
Where was your room?
Oh, I didn't have a room here yet. We weren't married.
Oh, that's right. I'm still.
No, yeah. Well, I'll say
make
at
your way
some
down,
point,
yeah.
all of you kind of make your way into the main chamber. Sorry, OBS just crashed on me. Give me a moment.
It's gone forever.
Yeah, it won't reopen. I don't know what happened.
Maybe the smell of food goes through.
I need a bath.
The last time this happened, my
I
system
knew there was
crashed.
a reason I wanted to kick that little shit's ass every day. Put my boot to him. Just had a funny feeling about him.
You don't like squatters?
Yes, that's it too. Just squats here. He owes us thousands of hours. Now 500 years? Do you know how many? He owes us forever.
If he was possessed by Henry, that's probably.
You know, I just don't like him.
I mean,
Even if he was possessed.
I don't understand what happened.
I don't like the way his face looked.
But would that keep him alive for that long?
no,
if he
but
was
Henry
possessed?
might have been able to
Done
perfect
something.
his
A potion of
spells and
longevity.
stuff too.
Jesus
He was a
Christ.
magician.
At least
Major
7
crash
years
or something?
ago.
Yeah, it's
Ouch.
It might be done for the night.
Uh-oh.
I wonder.
We only got
Why
a few
do
more
they
minutes.
call it squatters? Are they squatting the whole time?
Yes,
Yes.
they're squatting the whole time.
That sounds like they got some.
I've
powerful
noticed that if I
cats.
run OBS beyond 5 hours concurrently,
It's done.
it's done. Yeah.
So they can still hear us on Twitch. They just
I don't
can't see
think
us.
so.
Yes.
Oh, they can? Oh, okay, good. All right.
They can still hear us on Twitch. They
You just can't see us because the OBS just crashed. on
You
me.
can't see the weird things I'm doing.
Oh yes, it's very weird.
Willa flaps her hands in the air wildly.
Yeah, I need to get back into the habit on Mondays. I have to reboot the system. That's what I keep forgetting to do. That's what I keep forgetting to do.
Well, now you have your own personal reminder.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do you relay
Because
all
every
the
time I
different...
try to launch the studio right now, it won't launch.
Hmm.
It just hangs. It won't come back.
Do you relay all the information about the different pictures and stuff?
Yes.
Because at this point,
What does she
Bella
have to say?
has-
What I found about the
yeah, at this point, Bella has put together there's like a early morning breakfast coming out because you guys technically aren't tired yet. You were gone in that kind of space that you were in
Only for
for
like a couple hours.
only a couple
Um,
hours, but coming back, it appears you were gone for like 12 hours.
We have teleport
So-
lag.
Hey, Scarlett,
Yeah.
do you tell Elise about the weird pictures of her doppelgangers that you saw?
Yeah, and that all of the symbols will equal.
So you guys are all
golden raven.
gathered in the main eating area at this point, having this conversation.
I asked her where she'd originally gotten her necklace
It was a gift
from.
from Henry.
Fucking Henry's a golden raven.
Why did he give you a necklace for a creature that he didn't approve of?
I don't know.
What do you know of the golden-
Matthias in the necklace, or did you find him after you got the necklace?
Oh, I found him after I got the necklace.
Yeah, but it's probably
Very
she
convenient.
found him because of her innate ability.
They needed his eyes.
Yep.
I'm gonna put a nice warm cup of tea in front of her.
What could they use the eyes for?
Well,
I'm sure they have magic properties.
are very
Send
powerful. I'm
food
sure if you were
to
to
Matthias
talk
through
to
the thing.
arcane users,
through
they
your
could have all
necklace.
sorts of uses for their eyes.
Oh, we're back.
Is it laggy or is it normal? Can you tell? Like, does the video look laggy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A little.
Yeah, because OBS is still bad.
Okay, everybody, don't
Unfortunately.
move.
Come on, OBS, get it together.
Difference.
Send a patch.
It's my own fault. I didn't reboot my system. I had been on it for my my other pay to play game,
Oh.
and I forgot to shut down and reboot. And now OBS is
Should,
completely.
should
tanked,
that be really your
unfortunately.
responsibility, or should be the people that make the program?
I don't know.
The- the-
Computers are modeled after the human brain, and we get tired.
So
God, I hope they're
500.
not modeled after.
So
the human brain.
500 years ago, Henry was a living, breathing person, correct? That you brought into existence,
No, Matthias.
or you brought Matthias into existence?
Well, it wasn't a person. It was a seed.
Henry.
Oh no! What do you? I don't
So
understand.
Henry, how did you meet Henry?
Oh well, we were introduced through our families, as you should be.
What families?
Well, my parents and I was
What is your surname?
introduced.
Yeah,
She
what
said
is
it
your
was
family name?
Sardon.
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 Do you know Henry's last name?
Does that sound familiar?
I'm
Sardon.
sure she knows Henry's last name.
Henry's last name. I do.
Because that would have been her.
It was Henry Mordell Noseca.
Mordell.
Are
Mordell.
those families still
Noseca.
around? And
No
who's
Seika?
you're from the city,
Morse.
right?
More
Yeah.
Sega?
Are those families still around?
I mean, you can make an history check, try to figure it out.
Yeah, are they still around? History check.
Hey Philip, is there a place that we can go to research old families that
Is
might
Philip
have
still
lived
there? Philip left.
13.
in the town?
Philip left before y'all
Philip left.
y'all bounced out. He ran.
History.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
13, 16 altogether.
Family names don't sound familiar too. I mean, they could be old family names. I mean,
Nope, and it went away again.
I've lived in this town on and off for a while. Do I know
They can
if there's
still
a
hear us.
public records office or something?
We can go check the library.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, is there a place where they keep records or census of people who have lived in the town?
Wow, you really give them a lot of credit for censuses.
If it
Did it shut
survived
down?
the-
Well,
Vasselheim.
it just keeps crashing.
He's
I
been
can't
in-
keep it up right
But
now.
if he's
so.
owned our house
Yeah, it's like
for that length of time,
Yeah.
Check tax records.
how did
Everyone has taxes.
our group come across possession of it?
How did our group? We were
Yes,
given
her
it
neck
by
was
Pike.
actually
By
to-
Pike,
to
but how did
things like-
Pike get it?
Could she send
They were
food
given it
to Matthias through
From?
the necklace?
Probably the Don Marshall.
To be honest with you, he doesn't
Or
need to
the
eat
ward.
in there.
Why'd he try to kill us then?
who
I think he did that out of fear.
Oh,
Before the shot.
Well, he'd said, I don't think you heard, but he'd said that he was just trying to scare us.
oh. Oh, does that bite on your shoulder seem like he was trying to scare you or kill you?
I don't know if he ever bit me. I was
He
struggling to
tried
get
to
next
bite
to
your
him.
foot when you were hanging on the chain that one time. When you were hanging on the chain, you
Mhm.
wanted
To see if you're tasty.
to see if you're tasty.
Felt like a fight to me.
I mean, he didn't really do that much damage. to
No,
us.
he didn't.
It's like when an ogre hugs a bunny.
Yes. it
The ogre
was
doesn't want to kill the bunny, but it dies.
The ogre or the bunny?
The
Hey,
bunny.
Letty.
The bunny.
Cool. I've not seen a Monty Python.
Look at the
I'm gonna
bones.
rub it and
spoon it and hug it.
Is it raining outside too?
Yeah.
I think I heard it. That's why
It was
I was like,
raining
I was listening
when I got
a little
here.
bit ago.
Well, no, because now the overall internet signal went to shit. So I'm not even getting a good signal anymore. So we might just be calling it because of tech issues.
No, we still have 15 minutes. You can update those people when you get back.
Cute.
Okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
Vorka is the person.
Bye-bye,
Is the
OBS.
Don
You
Marshall
just
of
make good
where
notes of
this
that?
is, because
What?
Did you make good notes of all that?
About what?
The necklaces and the different
Yeah.
women.
so
The sun, the moon, and the stone.
Oh, the sun, the moon, and the stone?
Yeah.
so
They all three of them make an emblem.
Yeah, well, it was 10 that was missing.
It's
Missing
missing
one
the
eye.
raven.
Yeah, the raven.
it's a rock. It's a bird.
Did you look at the
No, it's an actual rock.
It's a rock. Rock.
Yes.
it's
like just in the shape of a, like, stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rock is a bird. Just
I didn't even think about that. Was Henry wearing a necklace in the portrait?
It's too late now.
Not that you remember seeing.
Okay, so this house is in the Braving Grounds, which is under the jurisdiction of Borca Vecino. Vecino.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave it to Pike to give to us,
Mm-mm.
or
No, Pike gave it directly to us.
yeah,
Pike
Pike gave
gave it
it to us, but
Who did
she
she
is
get
not.
it from?
Yeah, exactly, because she's not the Don Marshall of the Braving Grounds. Borca is.
Does it mean you
Guys never really asked Pike where she got it from. She just gave you the key.
Okay, so 2 a.m. walk.
She's
I mean, I have
she's
out of
Pike's not in the
character
city
knowledge.
anymore.
She's a drunk
Borka.
anyway.
Wow.
She wouldn't have told it. No.
Hey,
You're going to
I
knock
got-
on
I
a
got-
Don Marshall's door at 2 in the morning?
I got out of character knowledge. But
Please do.
out of character.
This was a feat for us, right? That was
Please
your-
do.
Which was what?
You said I think last game you said that this was a feat for us, or this was a
Milestone?
milestone.
was it?
No, we did
No.
one 2 sessions ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, milestone was two.
We beat a beholder.
It was no. It was because we had like a break in between that gave us time to do things.
Right.
To get,
Yeah.
Arriving in Vasselheim and taking possession of the Stone Grove was your last milestone.
Because I thought you said during last the holder when we caught it, it was a milestone.
No.
Mhm.
That was just
It was,
Yeah.
a, cliff, it was
Alright.
a cliffhanger.
Well, guess we have to end it.
Oh, we only got 13 minutes left. So
Oh, good. See,
A little early. Not bad.
sorry about OBS, everybody, but it'll still make good audio recording.
Hey,
For
and
the other
Happy
channel,
New Year.
so.
Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
All right, everyone, stay safe, be kind,
Wait,
and
we're
play a
leaving
game.
now?
I will, yeah,
Matt's
because
gonna
OBS
go-
won't work anymore.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, so many grumpy faces. It's only because you're in one game right now,
Yes, I know.
and I need to work on the Tuesday game tomorrow.
Yes,
So-
I know.
I know.
Good night, everyone. Sorry about the OBS
Going
flu-
through D&D
Right.
withdrawal.
flubs.
Everybody canceling. for the
Happy New Year,
weekend and for
Chav. Happy New Year.
Bye,
Happy New Year,
Chad.
Chad.
Bye,
We
Chav.
love you. We miss you.